We live, you live, we live. What's good, everybody? We back again, going live. We got your boy by popular demand. Trey X is back.
This
Yeah,
dude,
we had
this
go
dude
ahead,
so anything, man.
go ahead and let the people know, man. You know where to follow you and stuff like that, man.
Oh man, I'm just here talking boxing. You know what I'm saying? I really ain't trying to gain no following or nothing. I just be kicking it with you and Ty.
All right, yeah. So coming off that first fight that we watched, man, that was a official fight, man. I mean, I had to do my push-ups, which I really didn't want to do. I got I got 20. I had to do 20 push-ups, man, which kind of was a bummer, man. I mean, he actually wanted 100 of them, 100 push-ups out of me, man, and I really wasn't gonna give him that, man. So I'm lucky I got out with just 20 push-ups, and I'm cool with that, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, I think everything's good, man. And we out here talking boxing again, watching the ESPN fight again, man. And so yeah, man, I want to talk about that first fight that we watched, man. I got to bring it up, man. That Lucas Browne. I thought Lucas Browne was gonna win, man. He came in there and he was game. He was a very game opponent, man. What you think about that, man?
I mean, I just felt like his time had passed, man. And then his opponents that he been fighting ain't really been just top caliber opponents. So I just felt like it would all catch up to him, and it did.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think that, when he was fighting him, I honestly think that it was messed up because he was looking so flabby and out of shape, man. I've never seen him that much out of shape. You know what I mean? I mean, the guy was, his the fat was just hanging off of him, man. It was ridiculous, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, I've never seen that guy, what I mean, going through that much, with the whole fat loss program. I seen him look way more in shape than what he was looking, man. And that right there, man, just told me right there that it was gonna be a deciding factor in the fight. The stamina was an issue for Lucas Browne. He was not able to recover, man. And I mean, now watching ESPN fights, but I mean, what should I say? Where does Dillian White go from here, man?
I mean, he doing what he's supposed to do. He trying to get a fight with Wilder. I mean, from his point of view, I understand it and I respect it. You know what I'm saying? So, he trying to get that fight with Wilder, and I'm starting to hope that he get it so Wilder can knock his ass out.
So would you rather see the Wild? Would you rather see the Dillian White right now, or would you rather see the Anthony Joshua right now? Would you like the Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder to marinate? I mean, are you on the Eddie Hearn bandwagon with the marination, or do you want it right
Hell
now?
no, I want it right now. I ain't on no marination bullshit. I ain't trying to build up nothing. I want to see them fight as close to their prime as possible, and that's right now.
So you want to see them fight right now? That's pretty much what you're saying right now.
Yes, sir. I want to see him fight right now, but I understand Dillian White trying to get him a fight too, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, Dillian White is pushing very, very hard for this fight. You know what I mean? With Wilder, he called him out 7 times in the post-fight interview. Dillian White actually almost killed Lucas Browne. How would you rate that knockout that Dillian White put on Lucas Browne, man?
Well, I can't rate it just super high because I don't rate Lucas Brown super high.
Yo,
You
I
know
picked
what
him to
I'm
win, man. What happened?
saying?
Yeah, I picked that was my boy. What are you talking about? You don't rate him high, man.
Huh? But shit, that's why you got 20 push-ups up off of me.
Oh no.
But I don't rank him that high, bro. So I can't just say that I'm super impressed with the knockout. But I will say that Dillian White is supposed to knock out a guy like that. So he did what he was supposed to do, and I respect that.
Oh, okay. Black Horseman. That boy's still unconscious he's in the chats right now. Black Horseman Promotions. What's up, man? We got Trey X in the building. He said that boy's still unconscious right now.
Yeah, shit. I own that. He got the hell knocked out of him, but he wasn't on that level, man. He was like a level below. That's why I gotta say that, I wasn't just super impressed, even though he did knock the Cowboy shit out of him.
So that's what I'm saying. Where does Lucas Browne go with his career now after this devastating, near life threatening knockout that he occurred that actually he was on the receiving end of the knockout? Where does he actually go right now?
He needs to go to the house. He needs to go home. Because number one, he got too much scar tissue on his face. He opened up with cuss way too easily. And then catching a knockout like that at this point in your career, 38 years old, you need to go sit down somewhere, bro, and call it a career.
So you're personally saying live on air right now that Lucas Browne's career is finished,
It's
finito?
over. It's over.
Okay, wow. You heard it here first, y'all, on Corey Lee's boxing, man. Lucas Browne.
This dude.
Yeah. I picked the guy to win, man. Come on, man.
This dude saying this shit like I just broke some breaking news or something. This
Yeah,
shit
why
is
you
over,
doing my
bro.
boy Lucas like that, man?
Yeah, I'm just speaking the real, bro. He needs to go sit down somewhere, though. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? Like when I see dudes get knocked out and they feet cross, I'm always worried about them. Man, just like I told you, like when Canelo knocked out James Kirkland, his feet crossed. And then most of the time when motherfuckers get knocked out like that, man, that's some serious shit.
Is that more the serious shit that was going on? Is that was that one of the more serious knockouts you've seen?
Recently, yeah, for sure. I mean, probably the worst knockout I've seen recently is when Mikey Garcia knocked out Zlatican, and shit, I had to actually sit down and shoot a prayer in the air for him. You know what
You
I'm
had to shoot
saying?
a prayer. You actually prayed for who? What are you talking
I
about, dude?
prayed for Zlatican. Then
What
I
happened to
asked God
him?
when he fought Mikey Garcia,
Oh, is that the guy that was the champion at, was it 140?
135.
135? Was that the other Russian dude? Because he just fought Lipinets, right?
Well, Mikey Garcia just fought Lipin yes at 140. I'm talking about the fight where he fought Zlatican in at 135.
Oh, so he fought a guy. Oh, yeah. That was knockout of the year, right?
I wouldn't doubt it. Shit, it was
Oh,
rough.
so that was the guy you were actually praying for?
Yeah, yeah, man, that motherfucker was on the ground for a long time, man. He didn't get up for a while. I was like, man, I hope this dude is all right. You
Oh
know what I'm
man.
saying? But this
Yeah,
this knockout,
I actually did not pick that guy to beat Mikey Garcia. I got that pick right.
that was a good one. Cause Mikey sure did knock his ass in the next week, and I
Did
was
you
worried
pick did
about
you
him.
did you pick Mikey to beat Lipinets as well?
Oh yeah, Mikey, one of my favorite fighters, man. So I ride with him most of the time, but I can't ride with him with this craziness he talking about with Earl Spence, and I don't think he can whip Crawford either. So I can't ride with him that far, but I ride with him with them smaller dudes though.
So right here, right now, live on air, you're not riding with Mikey. You say you're not riding with who?
And I can't ride with Mikey Garcia if he
I
fight
thought you just
Crawford or
said you were
Spence.
Mike. I thought you just said you were rocking with Mikey Garcia. It was one of your favorite
I
fighters.
am. I am with the smaller dudes, but if he go to 147, I can't rock with him against Spence and Crawford.
Oh, so he's your dude until he fights one of your other dudes.
Until he fights somebody that he ain't got no business fighting. He don't belong in the ring with them dudes. He too small, man. He gonna get the brakes beat off of him if he go fight them dudes.
Who?
Garcia, leave them dudes alone, Mikey. Real talk, leave him alone, bro.
Yo, Mikey Garcia's on my pound for pound rank, dude. What are you talking about? He's the real deal.
He on my pound for pound rank. But look, I got Terrence Crawford #1 pound for pound, and I think Spencer beat the hell out of him.
Oh, hold on. Black Horseman said, "Yeah, don't pick another fight to beat shit." Hold on. He said, "Yeah, don't pick another fighter to beat shit." All right. And then he said, Black Horseman said the crossover punch. Wow, man. He must be talking about the Dillian Whyte. Well, what you were saying? What were we saying again now?
Shit, I forgot, man.
You said
We
Mikey
talking about,
Garcia, right? So yeah,
yeah,
Mikey Garcia can't. You know, he able to fight with some of the elite fighters or no? Well, at
not at,
147.
not at 47. No, I don't see it. Maybe Danny Garcia. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see Spence, Crawford, maybe even Thurman. I can't see it.
So you can't see him winning against none of those guys.
I can't see it, bro. Lippin yes was touching him in his last fight. You know what
You
I'm
said
saying?
Lippin, yes, was touching him?
Yeah, it was touching him, man. Had him leaking. I won't be surprised if his nose got broke.
Whose?
Garcia.
Oh yeah. Cause his nose did get broken by what was it, Salido? Did
Yeah, I
Salido
think
break his
so.
nose?
I think he did, yeah.
Yo, Cali Enigma said, "What's up, fam? What's up, Cali? We got Trey X in the building." Trey X Cali said, "What's up, fam?"
What's up with you, bro?
Black Horseman's back on the shit again. He said he can fight Broner at 147.
Well, obviously he can whoop Browne because he already whooped him. But I thought it was kind of fishy that he didn't fight Browne at 47 and he chose to fight him
Oh,
at 40.
oh,
But then he
Cali.
told,
Oh, my bad. I don't mean to cut you off. Cali Enigma said, "No, his nose didn't get broken."
well, it might not have got broke, but it was leaking for sure. Lippin yes touched him. You know what I'm saying? That was just the point I was making. I saw Lippin yes hitting his ass with a couple of combinations.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He caught a
Oh,
couple two, he caught a couple two pieces up in that fight, man. He don't need to be fighting no Earl Spence, leave that alone. He already don't want Bud because he making excuses talking about he run too much. So he know what time it is on that. He just talking though. I don't think he want to fight now one of them dudes. He ain't fought nobody on ain't nobody on this record that makes me think that he will fight somebody like that. Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford ain't lipping yes and is a lot teaching him. This a different story right here.
oh, wow. Oh yeah. Black Horseman says Lipinets was touching him up.
Yeah, it was touching him up, man. I mean, I had Garcia winning the fight because he was hitting them with them, them right hands was just noticeable, man. Everybody in the world could have seen them. But Lipton, yes, was doing some good work, man. He was a quality fighter. I didn't know nothing about him going in. I thought he was gonna be another slot teaching him, but he showed me something different, man. I liked his jab. He had a little check hook. You know what I'm saying? He was pressing the action, coming with combinations, landing. You know what I'm saying? Much respect to him.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Lipinets, man. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, Cali Enigma said I rewatched the fight. It was a close fight, 115 to 112.
I had a one. I didn't score the fight,
What
bro,
fight
but
is he talking about?
you talking about Lippy S and Garcia. A lot of people felt like it was like a
Oh
wild.
wow.
A lot of people felt like it was a wide margin of victory for Garcia, but I felt like it was a 115, 113 type fight. I said that night. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was a close fight. Yeah, Lippy yes got some out there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh
I forgot about the knockdown though. That's what the brother said 112. My bad. Yeah, I forgot about that. 115, 112 all day.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So you said it was 115, 112. That's how you scored the Mikey Garcia versus Lipinets fight.
I didn't score the fight, but I saw the
Oh,
fight as a 115 to 113 type fight. But I forgot about the knockdown. So when I include that, that makes it 115, 112.
oh, all right. So I mean, well, you was pretty close, man. I mean, you was pretty close. I mean, like I said, you was pretty close. You weren't too far away, man. But I mean, like I said, I mean, for the fights that are coming up, who's Mikey Garcia gonna be fighting next?
Man, I don't know. I think I just heard him say that he gonna stay at 140 since he couldn't get that Linares fight. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think he could be the top dude at 140. Me, Garcia, one of them dudes that just he like an opportunist, bro. Where like he gonna get in where he fit in. You know what I'm saying? Like he see an opportunity, a weak champion with a belt, that's where he gonna be at. I don't think he gonna be fighting pro grade and all that kind of stuff. I just don't see it. You know what I'm saying? Like I like his skill as a fighter. I like that he a gym rat. I be watching him spar. He used to be sparring Madonna and all them folks all the time on ES News. But as far as his
Oh,
career, he ain't just lining up killers, bro.
oh shit! Black Horseman. Oh, Black Horseman promotion said he better stay away from Progress. Wow.
I don't see him fighting Progress.
I don't know. I think Mikey Garcia might be able to beat Progress, man. What do you think about that?
He might can beat him. I mean, I can't really speak on Progress because I don't know what all he can do. Every time I see him fight, he got an opponent where he don't respect the power, so he just walk him down. So I haven't seen all his tools yet. You know what I'm saying? But from what I'm seeing, he got a lot to offer. So I think he a strong fighter too. I think he might fuck around and put them hands on Garcia, man. If he touch Garcia with that shit Lippin Yes was touching the with, man, we might be hollering at Garcia, man.
I don't know. Black Horseman said, to me saying Mikey Garcia might be able to beat Progress. He said, fuck no. And then Cali Enigma said Josh Taylor is the best at 140 fighter.
Oh yeah, I
Josh
forgot
Taylor.
about him. I forgot about him, but I be forgetting about him because I only seen him fight once. I only seen him fight that one cat over there. I can't think his name. I think O'Hara Davies or something. I
Yeah,
seen him
he
fight
fought
him.
O'Hara Davis. He actually stopped O'Hara Davis. I seen that fight. That was a good fight, man. O'Hara Davis was very touted before he caught that loss.
Yeah, I remember I had picked that fight. My boy Fanon, he was all, Fanon, he'll hedge them bets. He was talking about, well, if the fight end early, I'm gonna go with Davies, but if the fight go late to the cards, I'm gonna go with Taylor. That's when I first met Fanon. But yeah, I had picked Taylor off in that fight, man. I think Taylor is very talented for sure.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was actually trying to get to, man. Oh yeah, Black Horseman says I gotta do my research on him. Yeah, man, Josh Taylor's the real deal, man. In my opinion, man, I think he's a real threat at 140. And then from what I'm seeing on BoxRec, they said Terry Flanagan's moving up. He's an undefeated champion moving up to 140. Um, you know what I mean? And that's another guy you need to watch out for, man, because Terry Flanagan is no joke as well, man. I think Terry Flanagan is a great fighter. I think he has a lot of promise. Like I said, he was the fighter. He was the champion at 135, and that was the champion that Mikey Garcia first started calling out before all these other fighters started coming around and circling around. When Mikey Garcia first made his comeback, his second fight was supposed to be with Terry Flanagan because Terry Flanagan, I think he had the WBA, I want to say. And if Mikey Garcia would have won that WBA strap at 135, he would have got a ring because that would have been 3 WBA belts that he got in each weight division.
Yeah,
Yeah, 126, 130, and then that would have been 135, man. So he
yeah.
was really trying to face Terry Flanagan, man. And that's another UK fighter that y'all need to watch out for. I think Terry Flanagan is the real deal. He's undefeated. He's about 28 years old. He's 31-0, I think. So that's a pretty good fighter, man. And like I said, 140's lit right now, man. How you feeling about 140?
Well, man, first I gotta say one thing, man. I got love for all my black sisters. I wouldn't trade y'all for nobody. But shout out to this badass motherfucking ring girl that they got in this ring right now
Oh
wearing
man, I
the
seen her. Oh my god.
red. Hey, she bad than a motherfucker.
Oh, she tall too, ain't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She like a little
Oh,
Amazon or something, but she thick as a motherfucker. But all right, back on this boxing though.
yeah.
Woo, they just showed her again. But
Woo.
you know,
There
made me
she
lose
is.
my whole train of thought, man. My bad.
This dude, man. Come on, man.
Oh, we talking about the 140-pound division though. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a high division.
I kind of wish Terrence Crawford would have stayed around a little bit, man, because it looked like the division heated up soon as he left. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's definitely interesting, man. I
Hold
mean,
on, is that another draw? Did they just have another draw?
they're announcing right now.
Is it a draw?
They're announcing it right now. Hold on. Another draw.
It is another draw.
Yeah, that's
Oh
crazy.
man.
But you know, like I didn't see the first fight. I actually ain't never seen now one of these fighters fight before. And when I saw Santiago coming out and they showed his record, I was thinking to myself, like, what went on in that draw? And I was like, I bet this dude is probably good. He just don't have no power to get separation in the fights. Because this dude is very skilled, man. I enjoy watching him fight for sure. Like he was slick. It damn sure wasn't no Mexican style. Like he was doing all kind of shit off in that ring. He just didn't have that power to catch the judge's eyes. You know what I'm saying? So he made the shit closer than what it really should have been because he was way more talented than the other guy.
Oh yeah, man. That's what I was thinking my damn self, man. I thought the other guy was more talented. But back to the 140-pound division, man. The ESPN fights are over with now. Like I said, me and my boy Trey X was watching it, man. But the real heat is at 140, man. You know what I mean? The real heat is at 140. My personal opinion is I think you got a lot of you got a lot of good fighters at 140, man. And I mean, just because a lot of people say just because Terrence Crawford moved up, there's nobody left at 140. I think that's a fucking lie, man. What you think? What's your thoughts?
Oh yeah, it's definitely some good fighters. I think Lippin yes to give people some work. We shit. I wouldn't even be surprised if Adrian Broner might be able to put something together with his new coach and shit. Look like he done rededicated himself to the sport. I know we can't put too much stock into it, but he
How
is a
many
good
times?
fighter.
How many? How many? How many times has Adrian Broner rededicated himself? Can I get a count?
Well, this is first time changing his coach. I mean, he had a coach before that was more of an amateur coach. You know what I'm saying? And now he got a coach that's a professional, real coach that seemed to be putting more discipline off in his life, just from what I've been seeing on the stuff they posting on the internet. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he'll good fighter, man, and I think that he can be a player at 140 if he able to make the weight comfortably. You know what I'm saying?
Cali, I don't mean to cut you off.
Go
Cali
ahead.
Enigma said Flanagan is nice. He said Crawford couldn't make the weight anymore. And then Cali Enigma also said, give up on Adrian Broner. Amen to that, Cali Enigma.
I'm not, I'm
Amen
not,
to that, man.
I'm not saying like I'm riding with him where I'm betting on him. I'm gonna be talking shit, like supporting him on the internet. I'm just saying like he can make the division more interesting because he another matchup in the division. Like Adrian Broner against Regis Portgray. Like you wouldn't watch that, or Adrian Broner against didn't y'all say Josh Taylor was at 140?
Yeah, I'll watch Adrian Broner. I'll watch Adrian Broner versus Pro. I'll watch. Like I said, I'm not saying that Adrian Broner is the worst fighter that I've ever seen, but I think I'm honestly thinking, and I could be wrong, and I actually want Adrian Broner to prove me wrong. But I think Adrian Broner's best days are over, man. What's your opinion on that?
I mean, that's possible, but I don't really feel like he was in in the best position as far as his coaches. Like for example, his last fight, he came in and weighed in at 138.6, and the weight limit is 140. Like, why are you dropping an extra 1.4 pounds? That makes zero sense. So like when I'm seeing shit like that, I mean, I just know that things around him could be a little bit better. It ain't just all about what other people can do because he can definitely make his own situation better himself with all the stupid shit that he be doing. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like he can still be a player in the division though.
Oh man, good analysis on that, man. Real shit though, dog. That was one of your better analysis I've seen. So Cali Enigma said Vargas is going to fuck up AB. AB is a shot fighter. JMO.
Well, it's kind of hard for me to say that he's shot because I haven't just been seeing them get slept. Like if I start seeing them get knocked out and shit, then I'd probably say that. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I ain't saying that he a level fighter or nothing. I always actually said that he was overrated because he was doing his shoulder roll and he wasn't putting no footwork with it. He was standing in front of guys, and I just didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? But it, like I said, at 140, I think he can, be a good fight.
So you think he can be a good fight for the people that's watching? I mean, you know what I mean. I mean, right now, who can Adrian Broner really beat in your eyes right now? Who can Adrian Broner beat?
I could see him beating Lipinets. You know what I'm saying? Probably don't think he'll beat Prograis.
How do you think a fight with Adrian Broner versus Prograis would look right now? Right now, say barring that he wins against Vargas. If he wins against Vargas,
Mm, it's hard to say
that's a
because
tough. That's a tough.
I don't know what I'm gonna see out of Prograis. Like if Prograis just walks straight to him the way he been doing people, that's probably gonna be a good thing for Broner because he ain't got to come looking for you. He can just be there in the pocket with you. You know what I'm saying? Like if you on the outside like Mikey Garcia and you making them think, you hitting them with them feints, you not going for his feints. Like you kind of put him in like a confused situation. You know what I'm saying? But if you just come straight to him, you kind of take a lot of the guesswork out. So if Prograis able to mix it up, like if you're able to come to Braun to work and at the same time mix it up and have him looking for him a little bit and then surprise him and come back in with something, I think he'll go out there and put them hands on Braun.
Yo, so Black Horseman Promotions is in the chat saying that he said Lipinets will block the jewels off of Adrian Broner.
Hey, bro, I ain't mad at you for having that assessment, bro.
God damn, dude. Lipinets though, I don't know if I'm agreeing with that one, Black. You lost my vote on that one, dude.
Lipinet's a good fighter, man.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't got Lipinets. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm still kind of. It's like I want to root for Adrian Broner, but then he does so much fucked up, so much fuck shit. It's like I can't root for Broner anymore, man. I mean, he's a self detonating bomb. You know what I mean? I mean, he doesn't know what to say out of his mouth. He doesn't train hard enough, I don't think. You know what I mean? And when he steps in the ring, he can't let his hands go. So it's like a what the fuck, what the fuck, and what the fuck. You know what I mean? I mean, he was a good fighter before Madonna. After the Madonna fight, I feel like Adrian Broner lost himself, man. That one was gone. He didn't have that O anymore, man.
Well,
and his last, like, what is his last 4 fights? I think he's what? Or his last, like, since the Madonna fight, he's probably like what? 4-2, 4-3. How many losses did Adrian Broner got?
I mean, the
3,
losses
right?
he got 3. He lost to Porter, Madonna, and Garcia.
Okay, so he's got 3 fights. Broner has 3 fights right now, man. My personal assessment on that, shout out Cali Enigma. Cali Enigma said until Broner lets his hands go, he's going to have problems. How long have we been saying this? Yeah, we've been saying this for a long time. Black Horseman said he has 3 losses. Black Horseman said he gave Mikey all he can handle, though. Yeah, but I think Mikey won that fight by a large decision, though, man. I think Mikey Garcia won that Adrian Broner fight by a wide margin. You know what I mean? I think if Broner would have let his hands go, like we've been all screaming and shouting, let your hands go, Adrian. I mean, I don't know what it gets when fighters get a little up there in age or get a loss or 2 on a record. I feel like they get a little gun shy, man. And I feel like he got the dog shit beat out of him in the Madonna fight, man. And I honestly don't think has he had any, supreme knockouts since the Madonna fight?
Well, on the cool, I don't really think he belonged in the ring with Madonna in the first place, like being at 147. I mean, the motherfucker really like he seemed too small to be a 147 pounder. And now that he done got older, he seemed too big to be a 140 pounder. He be kind of having trouble making the weight. I mean, he just seemed like he kind of got like a awkward body, like body type. Like he don't really fit into now weight class. But I always felt like he was too small for 47.
Oh, really? You thought Broner was too small for 147?
Yeah, I always thought that.
Why did you think that?
He just, I mean, he did his best work at what, 30, 35? I feel like I feel like he was gonna grow into 40, but the money division at that time was 147. So he wanted to go to welterweight, and get his money on, and that cost him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And one thing I can say about Adrian Broner, man, I think in the long run, man, I think he's got a lot of personal demons outside of the ring. From what I'm hearing, is he drinks too much, and I'm no one to judge a fighter outside of the ring. But when it spews to your performance inside of the ring, you gotta kind of go back and see what are the parallels and like what's going on in his life, what's going on in his, what's stopping him from throwing his hands, what's stopping him from being a great fighter that we thought he was. You know what I mean? A lot of guys had Adrian Broner, if you believe this or not, had Adrian Broner on our top 10 pound for pound fighters before the Madonna fight. I know I did. I thought he was a hell of a fighter, man. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah. I mean, I thought he was a pretty decent fighter. I didn't like that shoulder roll, man. That just turned me off just the way he was putting it down. It ain't even the fact that he was shoulder rolling. I didn't like how he was standing right in front of guys. Like he'll just lean back, he'll get in his little shoulder rolls, a little Philly shell, and then he'll be rotating his shoulders and stuff, parrying shots. And I just thought that was too basic. And I didn't like how he was leaning back. Like he'll be leaning back so far, it looked like he looking up at the ceiling. And I just thought that shit was raggedy. It wasn't boxing to me, and it just made me feel like he was overrated.
Yeah, I mean, and that's another thing, man. I think Adrian Broner, with the things and the level of competition, I think he grows with the level of competition. But you got a guy like Mikey Garcia was just a bad stylistic matchup for Adrian Broner. It was going to make him look bad. He's a boxer puncher. Mikey Garcia can brawl with you, but he can actually box with you. I don't see Mikey Garcia going up to 147 unless he sees a Lipinets with a title type fighter up there at 147, and we won't see a Lipinets level type fighter have being a champion at 147 in a long time. Because guess what? You got Earl Spence up there. You got Keith Thurman up there. You got Terrence Crawford up there. You got Sean Porter. You got Danny Garcia. All of those 5 fighters that I just named are going to give Mikey Garcia hell. What's your take on Mikey Garcia moving up to 147? He said he'll be up there within the next year or two.
Shit, he ain't gonna be there for long. He gonna get his ass towed up if he go up there fucking with them boys, man. I mean, like I said, he might can be a Danny Garcia or something. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna just say that he trash and he can't whoop nobody. But man, Spence,
Yeah.
and Thurman, and Crawford, leave that alone, man.
So you're pretty much telling him to leave Crawford and Spence alone. He's not ready for that type of level of fighter.
I mean, unless you mind getting your ass whooped. I mean, he a real fighter. So if he want to fight somebody, man, I respect that because a lot of fighters these days ain't acting like fighters. You know what I'm saying? So if he don't mind getting his ass whooped, by all means, go fight Earl Spence. But if you care about your record and all that kind of shit, leave Spence alone.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm pretty much trying to figure out. I mean, do you honestly think that he can actually, get back to that elite level? I mean, with the, I mean, he's already on the elite level, but I'm talking about the elite 140-pound fighter level. Because that's a whole nother level. I think Mikey Garcia is toying with the other weight divisions under 140. And my personal opinion is I don't think he fought the elite fighters at 140 yet. You might be a champion at 140, but that doesn't mean you're fighting the elite champions at 140.
Who is the best fighter that Mikey Garcia ever beat?
The best fighter right now that's on Mikey Garcia's resume right now is, I'm going to have to say, with no equivocations, Adrian Broner. He's a 4-time champion, dude.
But he might be a 4-time champion, but he ain't an elite fighter. So
not anymore, he's not, until he changes our mind and let his hands go.
Well, if that's Mikey Garcia's best win, I mean, he don't have no win over no elite fighter. So he not gonna fight that.
Well, like I said again, Adrian Broner was in my top pound for pound, fighter. I mean, if we talking about Mikey Garcia, fighting Adrian Broner, I mean, we like Cali Enigma said, or Black Horseman said. One of the guys said in the chat earlier. He said, "What Adrian Broner are we gonna get? We don't know what Adrian Broner we're gonna get. So it's hard to assess what level Adrian Broner's on right now because he's so up and down. He's up and down with life. He's up and down with box inside and outside of the boxing ring. The world doesn't know what Adrian Broner, wants to do. I don't even think Adrian Broner knows what he's gonna do. From day in and day out, man. And I honestly think Gervonta Davis in his camp. I hope he doesn't fuck Gervonta Davis' career up, dude. What's your thoughts on him being in camp with Gervonta Davis? Let me get your thoughts on that, dude, please, man.
I mean, I think it was good. I mean, both of them been going through some shit. They've been going through some shit outside the ring. So, they can kind of find strength in each other. They both on the grind. You know what I'm saying? They putting in a bunch of time. I don't really see a lot bad coming from it. I mean, I see some positive shit in it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that it's gonna make a big difference, but I do see some positive shit that can come from it though.
I got some old school boxing playing in the background, man, while we talk this boxing shit, man. Might as well, right? I think I got yeah, some old school boxing going on, man. So but yeah, man, hold on, somebody's in the chat. Black Horseman says he said Broner, he's laughing, and he says Tank will fuck up his own shit. They both equally mentally weak. Wow.
I mean,
wow.
but they can't be mad at nobody but they self because they the one that's giving people this kind of fuel to say shit like that about them. You know what I'm saying? So that's on them, man. They gonna have to get their shit together and start whooping ass.
Yeah, and I mean that's another thing too, man. That's another thing, you know what I mean? When you pretty much go down and you think about everything, about everything that's going down, you know what I mean? I honestly think at the end of the day, man, I think Broner needs to just get on a winning track again. Get about a couple, 2 or 3 good wins under his belt, and then we can start talking about, Adrian Broner being, what we really thought he was and stuff like that. How do you feel about Adrian Broner beating Vargas? Does that put him back up on top again? My personal opinion, I'll say that for after yours.
Well, if he was to beat Vargas,
be honest now, because Vargas is a good opponent. Come on now.
I like Vargas, man. I like that 1-2 he got. I like that jab. You know what I'm saying? So I got respect for Vargas. And if Adrian Broner beats Vargas, I see that as an upset. So I'm gonna have to give Adrian Broner some credit for beating him. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like he's the underdog. But I don't really see it happening right now. I won't be just super surprised, but I give him his credit if he wins.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna give him his credit. Okay, no problem. No doubt, no doubt. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, where do you rate him at after he beats Vargas? I mean, do you rate him back into elite level? Is he still trying to gather himself after a win, or is he there already?
I ain't never really just seen him on the elite level. Not in my mind. I always seen him as like a B level fighter. Like when I first saw Adrian Broner.
So let me. I don't mean to keep cutting you off, but I totally respect Trey X. But who? So I know where you're coming from, and I know where I can assess your, you know what I mean, your picks. Who do you have on your elite level right now? Name 3 boxers on the elite level right now, in your opinion, right now.
On the elite level.
On the elite level of you that you got right now, that's on the elite level that we can say Trey X has on an elite level, on Trey X elite level fighters.
Okay. Well, it's kind of hard because my number 1 elite just retired, Andre Ward. But Crawford is Crawford is definitely on the elite level. A lot of people might not agree with me, but I feel like Earl Spence is on the elite level.
You got to.
And then I want to get like just a straight up technician. Well, Crawford a technician. You know what, man? No, I ain't gonna even say that shit because that's gonna have y'all.
God damn, Trey. I ain't know 3 fighters would be this hard, dude.
Well, you know, it's kind of hard when your favorite fighter's retiring. Like for the longest,
Oh
I've been
yeah.
rolling with Mayweather and fucking Andre Ward, and now they gone. So now I got to think about it a little bit. And
Oh,
then
no
with
doubt, man.
everybody that's coming to my mind, I got a slight little problem with him. Like I like Canelo, but shit, he getting caught up with clenbuterol and all that kind of shit. So I can't just ride with him right now. I like Lomachenko, but shit, I can't get over the fact that Salido put that loss on him. Like I like a lot of shit about fighters, but I just got shit against them right now. So right now I'm just gonna roll with Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, man. Those are my favorite fighters right now.
Oh man, no doubt, man. No doubt, man. No doubt, man. So yeah, man. I mean, my personal opinion. So you just got what? You got 2 so far. You ain't got a third one.
I mean, if I sit down and really think about it, you know what I'm saying, I probably can come back with some. But I mean, right now, like we ain't got no James Tonys and no fucking Pernell Whitakers out there right now. I mean, we got some pretty good fighters, but the skill level ain't just like what it used to be. So you ain't really just got a whole bunch of choices. That's why somebody like Mikey Garcia can be high on my pound for pound list. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of fighters that I can think of in the past that was better than Mikey Garcia. If Mikey Garcia fought what 20 years ago, he probably wouldn't even be nowhere near on the top of the list. When I got motherfuckers like Marquez and all these different people floating around, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was gonna say. You know what I mean? I was gonna pretty much say that you know what I mean? I was gonna go with for my top 3 elite level fighters right now. I was gonna probably go with I'm gonna probably have to go with Terrence Crawford. And this is not in no order. This is just, no order. This is just what I'm saying off the rip right now. Um, but right now, my top 3 elite level fighters, fuck it, I'll put it in order. Who gives a fuck? This is my show. But you know what I mean? I mean, my elite level fighters, man, is gonna be Usyk #1, Alexander Usyk #1, Terrence Crawford #2, and I got Keith Thurman. Keith, one time, one time. You lucky. You Hey man, get the fuck out of here, man. You lucky I ain't picked Kell Brook to be on my elite level. I ain't gonna go that hard. I ain't fucking with y'all. I ain't gonna make y'all get a good laugh out of me. But that's my personal
Oh
opinion,
man.
man. That's my personal opinion, man. That's who I got, man. Thurman, Crawford, Usyk.
Oh man, I needed that laugh, bro. I appreciate that.
What you think Thurman gonna get beat, man? What you feeling about Thurman, man?
Man, bro, me and you both know what's gonna happen when he fight Keith.
I don't know. You gotta show me. I don't know what you talking about. You gotta show me.
Man, I got 100 burpee bet with Ty, and you
Dude,
more than welcome.
I'm gonna go ahead with 1,000 push-ups for your ass when I
Now
bet
we
you
ain't
they
doing
keep
push-ups.
Thurman.
We doing burpees on the Thurman Spence fight.
Why
Burpees,
y'all doing burpees for?
because burpees is hard to motherfuckers, and we bet 100 of them.
And who are you betting with?
I'm riding with the truth. Shit.
Oh, hold on. Black Horseman Promotion says, who is the first guy on your list?
The first dude on my list, like #1.
Yeah.
Damn, well, I gotta say Earl Terrence Crawford pound for pound right now. Man, that dude can just do so many things, man. Like you don't know what he gonna do when he comes to the fight. That motherfucker have a game plan tailor made just for you. And I love that about him. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so in my #1 pick, overall is gonna be my #1 overall pick is gonna be Usyk. I think Alexander Usyk is my #1 overall pick in the game right now, in the fight game right now.
Okay,
So
I
I
haven't
mean,
watched him a whole lot, but what I did see from him, he was pretty good. Hell yeah.
my personal opinion is I think he's the best. I think he's the best doing it right now, man. You know what I mean? I think out of everybody that's going down right now, I think Usyk, man, just shows his pure superior boxing knowledge and his boxing for the game, man. He's getting trained by a Crunk Gym, a Crunk Gym coach. I forgot his name, but he's getting coached by him. He used to coach Klitschko, but now he's one of the coaches for Usyk. And I mean,
Yeah.
he's getting that old school Michigan knowledge, dude. And he's boxing the shit out of everybody at cruiserweight. If you don't know who
Hey,
Alexander Usyk is, go Google that motherfucker, man. And let me
hey,
know if you're a true boxing fan. He should be your number one too. What's up, dude?
I thought Lomachenko pops was his trainer.
Yeah, I mean Lomachenko's pops is like I think he trains him too, but like I said, he's got like three coaches. So he's got like three coaches because sometimes he's not always training in Ukraine. Sometimes, what I'm saying, he's in America because they're at Oxnard boxing academy where Robert Garcia academy was at. You know what I mean? Because Robert Garcia trained gyms. He's in another part of California now. Did you know that?
Nah.
Yeah, he's training in Oxnard. You know the old Oxnard gym where Ali Setback used to do all those interviews at?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Lomachenko's promoter, he's a Ukrainian promoter. He promotes like all the Ukrainian guys. I think he bought that gym from Robert Garcia. And all of the Ukrainian Olympian team, pretty much that are pros now, they train at that gym, and Usyk trains at that gym.
Yeah, okay. But
So, you know what I
back
mean?
to back on Usyk though. Like
Yeah.
I really ain't just never like paid a lot of attention to the cruiserweight division. So I don't really know too much about him. Like most of the time when I prefer fighters, I really prefer the smaller guys because they technique be so crisp. The bigger guys look a little sloppy. Like even when I watched Usyk, I don't remember who he was fighting, but I mean he looked good. He looked like a good fighter, but he didn't move like a smaller fighter. You know what I'm saying? That's why somebody
Yeah.
like that's why somebody like Ali stood out because he was a heavyweight, but he could move closer like the smaller guys, like a middleweight or something. You know what I'm saying? Like when I just look at the bigger guys, it just don't look as crisp as the smaller guys.
My personal opinion, man, is I think I'm surprised Lomachenko wasn't on your top three, dude.
I mean, I like Lomachenko. I ain't gonna lie. For a long time, I let what people were saying make me dislike him. Like I was picking against him and all kind of shit, like just picking with emotion. But since I got off that, I'm just like, man, I'm just gonna enjoy the dude for what he is. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't got to look at him as the best fighter since Ali and all this kind of crazy shit. I'm just gonna watch his fights and enjoy what he do because I do like his footwork and shit. And I got like family members that's locked up, and I don't know how the motherfuckers be knowing about boxing and shit, but they always be asking me about Lomachenko. They like the little dude with the footwork. They don't even know his name. They just be talking about the dude with the footwork. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, you know what I mean? I think Lomachenko is a pretty good fighter, but I think Alexander Usyk is on the rise, man. He doesn't have any losses. He's an Olympic heavyweight gold medalist. He's been fighting pretty much all heavyweights in his career. He beat the shit out of Joe Joyce. That's one of David Hayes' promoted fighters right now. They're pushing Joe Joyce real hard right now. He was actually on that Dillian Whyte undercard today, and they pretty much won Joe Joyce to fight Chisora next. But Usyk beat the living shit out of Joe Joyce, man, in a fucking in the world boxing not the world boxing series, but they had another series where you had these like padded gloves. You know what I'm talking about? And they didn't count for any of like Rashid Warren was in it. I think Lomachenko was in it. Usyk was in it. It was called like the World Series of Boxing or some shit. You know what I mean? I forgot what it's called, but it was before the tournament that Usyk's in now. He was actually in that too, and he was fighting a couple guys named. So yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, I mean your top three is all right, man. But I think my top three is a little bit better, man. That's my
Well, I only
personal
got a
opinion.
top two for right now. But I know one of my dudes on my list gonna beat the brakes off one of the dudes on your list though.
Hold on, whoa, dude, whoa, man. You coming at my neck like that, bro? Come on, man. What dude on my list, dude?
Keith Runtime Thurman. You know what I'm talking about.
What's his middle name?
Runtime.
One time, like a one, right?
Nah, like run.
Oh, come on, dude.
Like that Forrest Gump.
He ain't running from nobody. You can't be serious, man. Come on, man.
Say that's Forrest Gump, bro.
I mean, my personal opinion, man, I think Keith Thurman, man, he had an elbow injury though, man. So do you? I mean, your honest opinion, man. Who do you think? I mean, who do you got? Keith Thurman? You think do you think Keith Thurman is an elite 147 pounder, or do you think soon as he gets in a ring with Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford, maybe even a rematch with a Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, do you think all those guys can beat him, or who do you got Keith Thurman beating in the welterweight division right now?
I think Keith Thurman can beat everybody except for Spence.
I knew you were gonna say Sprints. So tell the viewers where you're from, bro.
Shit, I'm from the great state of Texas.
Oh
You know
wow,
what I'm
what a coinky dink, dude.
But look, that ain't got nothing to do with it, man, because I had some criticism for the Charlos, and they from Texas. I like them, but, I just don't look at them as world beaters yet. I need to see a little bit more. So if I'm able to be objective with them, it ain't really got nothing to do with it with Spencer. Like, I like what he does in the ring, bro.
So you like what he does in the ring?
Hell
I
yeah.
got Ty Legacy wants that invite. I'm gonna have to send him that invite, man. We had to send Ty Legacy. Ty Legacy, are you gonna be good this time, or you gonna be in and out, man? You've been in and out of all our chat. Remember earlier he was in and out of our chats. Trey X. It's like, yo, I
Yeah.
gotta go. I'll be back. Then he came back 10 minutes. I gotta go. I'll be back.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, man. So yeah, back moving forward, man. Back to the. I really want to get back to this whole Dillian Whyte situation, man. So you said right now that with the Dillian Whyte situation, you said that Lucas Browne is done. He's done. No more fighting for Lucas Browne.
Yeah, you need to go ahead and give it up, man. That scar tissue make it hard in itself, man. When you always bleeding and shit, a motherfucking touch you up and you bleeding in the first 2 rounds and shit, that ain't good for you, bro. It's gonna be hard to win fights like that.
Ty Legacy said 3 weight divisions and undisputed. He the most accomplished thus far. I guess
Who?
he's talking about. Is he talking about Terrence Crawford? 3 weight divisions. That's because he was at 135, 140, 147.
I'll give him his credit. I got Terrence Crawford number
Or
one.
he could be talking about Mikey Garcia because Mikey Garcia is a 3 weight
Man, I
division.
don't want to hear about that, man. It ain't like he just been out here beating the number one dudes in the division, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, he has been slacking on I feel you on that, though, man. I can agree with you on that. Oh, Sean Newton boxing is back in the
Oh man.
oh shit. Watch out for blood boxing, man. Sean Newton in the chat said TC take care on TC Terrence Crawford only has 2 weight titles now. Mikey is a 4-time weight division. So I guess Ty
Oh man,
Legacy
come on,
Ty,
man.
Ty, Ty Legacy responds quickly by saying I'm talking about Crawford. So now, yeah, so we got somebody in the chat for y'all to go back and forth with. Sean Newton's back. So yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. So right now, I guess we could talk about the welterweight. I really wanted to talk about the heavyweight division,
I
man.
got a question before you jump on what you about to jump on.
Oh
So
shit.
hold on, let me say a little something real quick. So
Oh shit.
when do you see Spence and Thurman happening? Because let me give you my reasoning. Like he
Okay.
said, this right here is a get back year. You see, he ain't in no rush to get in the ring. I think he's supposed to be fighting what in May or some shit. And what shit? This is already March. I mean, the dude don't look like he in no rush to be fighting. So like this is good back here, and then next year he gonna want to fight some rematches. He gonna want Danny Garcia again, and he gonna want Sean Porter, and then maybe after that he'll be ready to fight. By that time it's gonna be 2020. When do you see him fighting?
So you feel like that he's not gonna fight Crawford, or you say you feel like that Keith Thurman is not gonna fight Spencer until 2020. That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
I think my personal opinion is I think Keith Thurman is gonna either fight Earl Spence at the end of this year or he's gonna fight him
Yeah.
in the beginning of next year.
Bro, he done already said he's not fighting Earl Spence this year. He said this year is his get back year.
I
So
mean,
he done already put that out
How
there.
long has Keith Thurman been out? Let's be honest with ourselves now. Let's put ourselves in Keith Thurman's shoes
He been
as a
out
real
since like he
person,
been
as a
out since
real dude.
he been out since like last July.
You said last July. Sean Newton said Thurman Spence fight and in 2019. That's what I was just saying. That's what I was just
No,
telling you.
he
I
already
just
told
told
you
you
what he
that.
gonna do, man.
Stop
He
talking
already
that shit.
look.
Yo,
He already.
shit. Here we yo.
Now hold
Ty
on.
Legacy. What's up,
Look,
bro?
hold on. Hold on. Let me get this point off real quick. He already said that Earl Spence is not even on his to-do list. He done already put it out there that he wants this year to be his get back year, and then next year he wants to have rematches with Danny Garcia and Sean Porter. He done already put that out there. So how can he fight in 2019, man? That shit gonna take at least to 2020.
I mean, my personal opinion, man. What I'm trying to tell you is right now, he's gonna face what he's gonna do now is he's gonna face a fighter that's about a C or a B minus level fighter for his first comeback fight, and after that, then he will be looking at facing the likes of Sean Porter, maybe a Danny Garcia rematch, and maybe, just maybe, if the money's there and the situation's right, I see him fighting Earl Spence. I don't see him ducking that. If he's healthy and he's ready to go and he has that first fight under his belt. So what I'm talking about is I'm talking about after May. I'm pretty much speaking for Keith Thurman right now, and I'm speaking for him after he fights in May, barring that he wins in May. Because who's to say his elbow is back 100%? Boxing is a brutal sport, man.
All right, man. Well, fuck it. He don't need to never fight then, since his motherfucking ass is so hurt. Cause I don't see this shit happening. I'm not gonna be going through this shit with y'all folks every single motherfucking day until they fight. Cause we gonna be talking about this shit for years. Watch what I tell you. As a matter of fact, if Keith Thurman don't fight Earl Spence by the end of this year, like you say, you got to do 100 push-ups.
Hold on, whoa, man. This year is almost halfway over, dude. What are you talking about?
Nah, bro, we going off what you said.
Yo, this dude, man. Why you put me in this situation, dude? You be putting me in some dicey ass situations, Trey X, man.
100 push-ups, bro. If you don't fight Earl Spence by the end of 2018.
What's this push-up shit?
You terrible,
it's supposed to be burpees.
Oh,
now,
shit,
me and you got burpees for the winner. I'm just betting that he don't fight.
Oh.
Yeah, Sean Newton in the chat. What's up, Ty Legacy? Welcome to the show, man. We got Ty Legacy in the building, man. Say what's up to everybody, Ty.
What's going on, everybody? Everybody in the chat room?
So we got Sean Newton boxing in the chat saying he's pretty much saying Spence needs Ocampo and then Porter in 2018. Good point. Fight is mandatory. Fight is mandatory in June, and then fight Porter. I wouldn't mind seeing the Porter Spence fight. What about you guys?
Yeah, I would love to see it.
That's a reasonable fight since Porter got dropped from the rankings right now.
I mean, I would love to see that fight.
Who do you guys got winning the Spence versus Porter fight? I mean, I don't even know why Trey X is in this conversation right now. Because anytime I ask him about Spence or, Spence with this fighter or, Spence with that fighter or maybe even Spence versus Anthony Joshua, he probably got Spence by body shot knockout. You know what I mean?
You're just as bad, Corey. What are you talking about?
Nah, man, I don't be going that hard, man. This dude be going hard as shit on Spence, man. I be like, come on, man.
He's got a good guy to ride with in the welterweight, though. You know what I mean? You can't really get mad if somebody picks for Spence, because I mean.
Yeah, y'all got a good point, man.
I'm just getting on you. I gotta start out quick.
Oh, yeah, y'all got a good point. I mean, like I said, man, he is a good person to ride with, man. And Newton in the chat said, but Porter will make it ugly and tough and push him for the 12 rounds.
Yeah, that's possible. Yeah.
Do you got Spence and Porter going 12? Ty Legacy and Trey X.
Go ahead, Trey.
Shit, man, I got Earl Spence whooping his motherfucking ass. I mean, I know that the style that Sean Porter has. You, damn, I'm tripping. Say, bro, your TV looked like somebody was behind you, yelling behind you. I was tripping on that shit, but
Hey, this dude has smoked some of the best Cali, Texas bud that I've ever seen.
say, but look, I don't think Sean Porter has a good style for Earl Spence. You know, styles make fights, and Sean Porter has that come to you style, and I don't think that's very good. I think the best style to beat Spence is gonna be the outboxing. You know what I'm saying? So I think trying to fight fire with fire, that'll do Porter in, and I think he'll get him in like 10 rounds.
So yeah, so how you feeling about that, Ty? Ty's off again, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, Ty has left the building.
Nah, he still got his picture there though.
Nah, but so yeah, I mean, what I said is I think it would be a good fight. I think he would probably possibly go the distance. But my personal opinion about the Spence Brook fight, the Spence Porter fight, I think Porter has a really good shot at maybe upsetting the apple cart, man. I'm being honest with y'all, and I'm not trying to be biased. I'm not trying to just hate on Spence because Trey X likes Spence. Spence is a hell of a fighter, man. But you got a couple elite fighters at 147, and I think it's a tough out for any of the elite level guys, man. My personal opinion, man.
But you also got to remember that Spence is considerably bigger than all them guys, man. This dude is 5'9.5".
I don't know, man. Sean Porter looked like a big ass
But he
motherfucking
five
welterweight.
six,
Last I
bro.
checked.
He 5'6".
That makes it even better, man. He's short and stocky.
That make it better
Yeah.
for boxing.
Make it better for
Yeah,
that power.
yeah.
Make it better for that power, that leverage that he's gonna get on.
Yeah, but the
Chin.
thing is, when you're a shorter fighter, you got to work your way on the inside, and it's, in my opinion, in boxing, it's harder to work your way on your inside off the jab and slipping jabs to get on the inside than it is to keep somebody at length. You know what I mean? They don't call it a height reach advantage for no reason, right?
Sean Newton got a good point. I don't mean to cut you off, Ty.
No, you're good. I was done. You're good.
How it says, Sean Newton says, how Spence going to do getting punched backwards and headbutted and held the whole fight.
It's not a guarantee that he gets pushed backwards, though.
He also said Porter fought at 154. Great points, man. I told you he's a big ass 147 pounder. Spence might be a big boy, but Porter's a big boy too.
Yeah, Porter, big boy, he was a football player. The motherfucker fought at like middleweight when he was an amateur. So I already know. You know what I'm saying? But in this pro game, that dude too small for Earl Spence, man.
You think
he fought at
small?
He fought at, guess what? He fought at 54. He also fought at 45 against Browne.
Yeah. So that means that he can make that weight. That exactly.
So catch Earl Spence making 145 in a fight. What fight he did that in?
He couldn't do it.
You don't think Earl Spence can make 145?
Not comfortably.
No.
Not comfortably.
Yeah, not comfortably.
2 pounds? You don't think he can make that?
Boy, 2 pounds is a motherfucker when you chewing gum and spitting in a cup all day.
Yeah, that shit makes a difference.
Oh, trust me, I know. I'm just saying, like, Porter's got down to 147, but I mean, Porter's got under 147 a couple times.
Yeah, that's the point. So just so that he can make the weight, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, he's actually went under the weight before, man. What are y'all thoughts on Spence versus Crawford, man? Terrence Crawford's trainer has a lot of shit to say about Earl Spence and what the fuck he's got going on. He said Terrence Crawford's trainer said he'll pretty much, beat the living shit out of Spence. And he also says that he was quoted in an interview, and I'm saying this from Terrence Crawford's trainer myself. He said that Terrence Crawford that Earl Spence is an easier fight than fighting Thurman. Thurman is a harder fight. Coming from Terrence Crawford's trainer, been with Terrence Crawford since he was about 11 years old, knowing what he's talking about. He said that Earl Spence is an easier fight than Keith Thurman. Your thoughts?
I think I like their modus. I like their initiative, but that's how I like to see fighters talk. Well, in this case, the coach. But I think Crawford got the potential, but I'm an acclamation Nazi. Let's see what he does with Horn first, because that is his acclamation fight. Got to see what a guy can do at the weight first.
Hold on, Black Horseman. I don't mean to cut you off. Black Horseman says Spence is a bully at 147. Not the most skilled at 147, just the biggest. He says Spence is not the most skilled at 147.
He's one of them.
Who is the most skilled Black Horseman at 147? If you don't believe that Spence is the most skilled, who is? My personal opinion, the most skilled boxer at 147 will be between Keith Thurman or Terrence Crawford. I think Terrence Crawford might take number one because he can shift southpaw and he can go orthodox, man. Your thoughts, Trey X?
Keith Thurman don't even have a jab, number one. And I know Ty Legacy gonna tell me to go watch the fight with the dude from Argentina. What's the dude from Argentina that Thurman knocked out?
I know who you're talking about. Damn.
Julio.
No, I know who you're talking about. Damn, what is his name, yo? Oh man,
we can come back to it or something. But Ty Legacy gonna tell me that's the fight that he uses jab. But I sat there and watched Sean Porter out jab Keith Thurman 2-1. So Keith Thurman don't even have a jab. See, with me, boxing starts with the jab. Errol Spence has the best jab at 147 by far, and he is using it consistently. You know what I'm saying? And Errol
Spence does?
Yes, sir. And at the same time, Errol Spence
at 147, the best jab?
The best jab, no question. And at the same time, Errol Spence might be the biggest, but he also one of the best conditioned. He fights 3 minutes of every round, man. The dude don't give you no time to sit around bullshitting. And that body attack is vicious, man. It's really something that you don't see very often. It's unusual. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like him the best, man. He ain't got nothing to do with him being from Texas.
I think Earl Spence. Oh, hold on. I got you, Ty Legacy. I think Earl Spence got all he could fucking handle out of that Kell Brook fight. He was losing on the scorecards in the USA and in the UK. Do you research?
No, he wasn't. He was winning on every scorecard when this fight was stopped.
No, he was not.
Yes, he was. I'm about to pull it up right now. I got it on my. I still got it on
up right now, dude.
The fight. I still got it on my DVR. I'm about to give you the cards right now.
Trey X is off the chain, dude. Oh shit! I honestly think Brook was winning that fight, man.
Yeah, if you want to say that Brook won the first 4 out of 6 rounds,
Sean Newton said it in the chats. He said,
I don't give a fuck what Sean Newton said. That motherfucker don't speak like what he say the gospel. I respect his opinion, but that don't mean just because you say that mean that you don't won the argument. Well, shit, Sean Newton said it. I don't give a fuck.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Sean Newton said he was getting out jabbed by Brook. I'm just saying. That's what he said. He's saying what I'm saying, dude.
Well, that's fair. That's player. I'll give you that. You know what I'm saying? But what happened as the fight went along? Did he keep on dominating with the jab?
Mean, he got his eye sack broken, dude.
He got broke down. He got his ass whooped.
You know, he got something stuck in his eye. He got his eyeglass, you know.
He got stopped. That's it.
He's doing the damn fool, Ty.
But Errol Spence does have skills at 147. I'm going to break Errol Spence down right now. Can I do that?
Yeah, go ahead, man. Go rip it, man. Go ahead, man.
Errol Spence does have skills at 147, though. For one thing, he's got good punch placement. That is a skill. He has good distance controls, which is why you never see him smother his punches. That is a skill. He also, when he's doing that distance control, if you watch him, when he's getting his punches off and his opponent's on the end of his punches, when he steps back, he just steps mere inches for you to miss that shot, and then he's right back in the line. So that means he can garner and battle and get position. Those are 3 skills right there off the top of my head that I can even think about that Spence gets overlooked for. Spence got skills. The only thing I'd say about Spence can use a little bit more head movement. And it's similar to what Trey said about Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman got a good jab. He don't implement it enough. Same thing with Errol Spence with the head movement. But fucking Errol Spence, he got skills because all that punch placement and distance control and battling for position that I said is all skills.
That's what you think?
That's what I know.
That's what he know.
Oh, my bad. My
You
bad,
heard him.
dude.
You
Damn,
heard
that's
him.
what you. Yo, both of y'all, man. Y'all ain't gonna bully me on my damn channel.
No, you asked me if that's what I thought, and I answered the question. That's what I know.
I feel you. I definitely. I mean, I respect both of y'all's opinions fully, man. But yeah, man. So y'all honestly think is that how you feel too? Ty Legacy. Do you think Spence is one of the? Do you think he's the premier fighter at 147? Do you think he's the best at 147?
I
What's
don't
your
know.
opinion, dude?
Well, Danny
Or
Garcia
do I need to break it down again for you, man? Like I did last time. I mean,
I think they all got skills. It's kind of a hard pick. Now, and I say if, because I got to see things, not just speculate on them. If Terrence Crawford acclimates and is comfortable at 147, then when you ask me that, I'm going to say Crawford is the most all-around complete fighter. As of right now, man, they're all skilled. Like, they all got their attributes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Oh, go ahead, Ty Legacy. Who you got? I mean, not being and Ty Legacy not being, not being, biased to Spence. I mean, who do you got other than Spence being a top fighter at 147 that you feel like that can possibly beat everybody at 147, Ty? I mean, Trey X.
I got to go with Keith Thurman. He's a unified champion. You know what I mean? You got to gauge these guys by what they do, because we could speculate all night. Keith Thurman, for sure. I think Keith Thurman and Errol Spence are the top welterweights as of right now. That's why everybody wants to see that fight. And that's why Errol Spence been calling out Thurman so hard. You know what I mean? You wouldn't call a guy out if there was no significance to him fighting him, right?
Hey, man, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out right now, is that the move? I mean, how do you feeling about that, Trey X?
Well, number one, Steve Farhood had Earl Spence up 96-93. Adelaide Bird had a 97-92 for Spence. Alejandro Lopez had a 96-93 for Spence, and Dave Paris had a 95-94 for Spence. Just to get that out the way. But who
are you talking about? Were you talking about the Phil DeGreco fight?
Nah, you know what fight I'm talking about, Kell Brook.
Oh nah, dude, you got the wrong scorecard, dude. Get a refund on your BoxRec subscription.
Say, this feel like deja vu. I swear.
But nah, go ahead, man. I feel you though, man. You had to break it down for me, man. So other than Spence, who's your number one fight? I mean, who's your top fighter at 147? Who you got giving everybody else props?
Thurman. I like Thurman, man.
So you giving Thurman props now?
I always gave him props. That's why I want to see the fight. Like for example, like I'm a fan of the sport before I'm a fan of any fighter. I always say that. So like if somebody tell me that they feel like Terrence Crawford gonna beat Errol Spence, I ain't mad at you. That's what makes it a great fight, because half of them say Crawford and half of them say Spence. That's what's up. That's good for the sport. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the other welterweight, I'm gonna ride with Thurman, man. I like Thurman.
And Newton's in the chat saying Keith Thurman is the number one welterweight because he's the unified champ. Number 2 is Spence, and number 3 is Terrence Crawford, but he has to prove himself at 147.
I agree. I agree with that. Only thing I would say is, if you're going on speculation, that I can't say you're wrong, because I actually think that too. But if you're going by what's actually done, and if you're gauging these guys by actually what they've done and with the proof in the pudding, you'd have to throw Jeff Horn in there because he's a title holder at 147. You know what I mean? Because facts don't go away, right? That don't mean I think he's better than Danny Garcia or any of those other ones, but based off the body of work and based on what he has, you know what I mean?
And then, like, at the same time, like with Errol Spence, I don't have him ranked as the number one welterweight. I actually got Thurman ranked as the number one welterweight. I just feel like Spence is the best welterweight. Like, when I'm saying my opinion, I'm just projecting going forward, like, who can they beat? So I just feel like Errol Spence is the best, but not the number one ranked.
And I vouch for Trey X because Trey X been on my channel many times. When we go, we'll give our opinions who we think's better, who we like better. But when we go like on who's ranked here and who's ranked there, we don't do like a court of opinion per se. We do by gauging them by accomplishments.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
because that motherfucker done beat Danny Garcia. He done beat Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? He done had some tough
Yeah.
wins over dudes like what's my man? The dude that first started calling the run time. The one that fought Mayweather, Robert Guerrero. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That was a tough win. I mean, the dude that had some solid wins at welterweight. So I just got to give him that credit.
Yeah, there's no emotion in our picks when it comes to like ranks.
But I don't think he just way out in front of Spence though, because I feel like
No.
Kell Brook is a better win than any win that Keith Thurman has. But he just has one of them.
Yeah.
Who do you think's a better win? I like y'all's assessment too. Who do y'all think's a better win? Danny Garcia for Keith Thurman or Kell Brook for Spence? For Earl Spence.
I'm going with Kell Brook because Kell Brook has a solid.
I don't go ahead though.
Yeah, I'm just saying Kell Brook has a solid win at welterweight already because he beat Sean Porter. Danny Garcia for me is overrated at welterweight. Like who has he beaten at welterweight to deserve a lot of credit?
Oh, he beat Brandon Rios and he beat Guerrero, man. What do you?
Yeah, washed up Guerrero, washed up Rios. Who has Rios beat at 47?
Corey, come on, bro.
It's Team DSG, man. This is a friendly Danny Garcia channel right here, man.
Oh man, add him to the list now, huh? God damn.
Kell Brook is the bigger win. Kell Brook the bigger win because Kell Brook was also a champion, and Kell Brook had a top 5 welterweight on his resume. Kell Brook did more at than Danny Garcia has thus far. They both had a world title, and Kell Brook had Sean Porter, who was a top 3 to 5 welterweight.
Black Horseman's in the chat saying run time. He said he's laughing. He said Thurman be fucking dudes up in there, bro. That power real, fam. Yeah, you thought he was joking, but he came back with the facts, though.
When the last time he knocked somebody out?
Hey, Black Horseman, he said, when's the last time he's knocked somebody out? Let him know, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that don't matter. None of them really, that don't matter. Nobody's really knocking anybody out. Even Spence, he's stopping them.
Yeah, but Spence getting the ass up out of there. When the last time that Thurman just had somebody hurt and fucked up?
He's had, I think
Sean Porter.
I think he's
Come on, bro. Sean Porter wasn't ready.
Dude, he hurt though. He hurt Sean Porter.
When the fight was over, Sean Porter felt like he won.
No, but there was one point in time that he had Porter holding on for dear life, and there was one time in that second round or that first round in that Danny Garcia fight, that motherfucker looked like he was hanging on a cross like that.
So he fucked Sean Porter up.
No, I didn't say he fucked him up. He outboxed him, but there was a pivotal point in that fight where he had Sean Porter holding on. If he would have followed up with that left hook, Sean Porter was going out.
For real, though. I remember that now. I got that on my videos, Todd Legacy. I got that on my I got that highlighted when he hurt Porter.
He had them both hurt.
I got that on my Thurman. I got that on my Keith Thurman. Go to my YouTube channel. I got that on my Keith Thurman video I made. I got him and Porter highlights on there.
But look, if you whoop somebody's ass, are they supposed to feel like they won after the fight is over?
No, I see you on that. But
you got people that think they won all the time and got their ass whooped. You got
not an ass whooping, bro.
You got Canelo. I think he got his ass whooping by Gennady Golovkin. As soon as the fight and the bell rung, the motherfucker Canelo went like this. Yeah,
bro, Canelo looked like he barely even was in the fight after that damn fight. He didn't get the hell beat out of him.
Man, this dude was probably pissing blood for a week, dude. This dude Golovkin got serious power, man. Don't be surprised if he don't knock Canelo out. But it depends on what Canelo. See, that juice that Canelo's on is saving his ass right now. That's the only reason why.
How we know Golovkin ain't on no juice?
Cause his piss been pure clean, dude. He's been pissing nothing but pure shit out. You know what I mean? The whole time, dude.
He pissed water.
He's pissed in that goddamn Big Bear, nigga.
he said his piss got a pH of 7. That motherfucker clean.
That bitch is crystal clear, motherfucker. He ain't trying to lose that 20 million. Cause if Golovkin piss dirty, best believe he ain't gonna be fighting Canelo. If Golovkin were to piss dirty tomorrow, the fight will be called off. I guarantee you that.
Yeah.
Man, they gonna fight Golovkin. Who else? Canelo gonna fight? He gonna go fight Charlo?
Canelo can fight Charlo next, and I'd love to see that,
Man,
or a
he ain't
rematch,
about to fight no Charlo.
or Canelo can fight Jacobs. Canelo, that'll be a money fight at New York.
He ain't fighting.
Somebody's going to have to see Charlo. He's in the mandated position. Somebody's going to have to see him eventually, anyways.
Well, damn, he ran from him at 54.
Who ran from who?
Man, Canelo didn't want no damn Charlo at 154, man.
How did he run from him? He was just picking up a belt and said, "Holla at you later, man."
Oh yeah, but
that motherfucker camped out. He camped out at 155. He wouldn't even be in the division. He didn't want to be at 60. He didn't want to be at 154.
Dude, let me tell you something. When you're fighting the likes of Miguel Cotto, why in the fuck would you even think about a Charlo?
Yeah,
just fighting. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's be honest. The money's with. He's trying to go for the money fights. Why
okay, so why would he fight him now? So why would he fight him now?
Because I feel like even Danny Jacobs said it. He said, "I'll fight the motherfucker tomorrow." But he's got to build his name up. He said the difference between Canelo and Golovkin, they have a name. They're name fighters. I'm being honest with you. I want to see the fight too.
But I'm saying, why would he fight Charlo now if Golovkin couldn't fight? It's still the same situation. Charlo ain't got no name.
Why would he fight who?
Charlo. Now.
Why would Canelo wouldn't fight Charlo right now?
Why would he fight him for the reasons that you just laid out? Ain't nothing
That's what
changed.
I'm saying. They're looking for names. They're looking for names, man. They're looking for names.
He ain't gonna have a choice because Charlo's the number one mandated. So he ain't gonna have a choice. But I like Canelo, but Canelo was selective at 54 because if you don't think, all you gotta do is look at Boo Boo Andre, because that belt that Liam Smith got, Canelo went over and got that. Boo Boo Andre had that belt. They stripped him from inactivity. Canelo didn't want to fight Boo Boo for that belt, but then when they stripped Boo Boo for that belt and Liam Smith got awarded it, all of a sudden Canelo got that belt. So he was selective at 54. Let's keep it real. Whether it was for money or not, I don't know, but I'm just saying they were selective. Because why didn't he fight Boo Boo at that weight? Because of money? It don't matter. Boo Boo was a champion. He didn't have a problem taking it from Liam Smith.
It's sad. I mean, to be honest with you, when you really think about it, I mean, Charlo could have ducked Boo Boo. I mean, we don't know exactly what went down with that situation. They said that he had the contract, but let's be honest. Boo Boo's not a name, and even Charlo's a better name than Boo Boo. And I feel like if Charlo fought Boo Boo right now, he would be down in himself because nobody knows who Boo Boo is. As diehards do, we know who Boo Boo is. He's a hell of a fighter. But at the end of the day, if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense.
Let me ask you a question. Okay. I'm not into he's not a name. If he's a champion, you should want him. But let me ask you a question. Boo Boo might not have been a big name, but is Liam Smith a big name? So how come Canelo didn't give a shit about name when he went and took that belt from Liam Smith?
That was a belt grab. That was a belt grab what he was doing.
The same belt that Boo Boo Andre had.
But Boo Boo Andre relinquished that belt and moved up to 160. If I'm not mistaken.
No, he got the belt that Canelo got from Liam Smith was stripped off of Boo Boo Andre for inactivity.
Well, why? I mean, you gotta fight, dude. This is the fight business.
But that's not what I'm saying. You're saying Boo Boo Andre is not a big name. But is Liam Smith a big name?
I mean, listen, man. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, and I'm gonna be all the way honest with you. I'm gonna keep it all the way facts with you, dude. We ain't gonna hold back on this show. But I'm gonna tell you straight up, man. Boo Boo Andre fucked his own career up. All right, he had chance after chance to fight. He went to Rock Nation. You know, Jay-Z was waving that, $1 million contract right here. And then you got a chance to fight Charlo right here. Signed contract. He signed the contract right here. Yeah. And then he went with Jay-Z right here, waving that $1 million contract. And then when he took the Jay-Z contract, they said, fuck you.
Yeah, I'm not disputing any of that. I'm just sticking on the topic of Canelo.
Well, you
You
say
can't.
that's what you're saying. I mean, how can
No,
anybody?
no.
But what
What
I'm
I'm
saying is,
saying is,
what
you're
I'm saying
saying
is,
Boo Boo wasn't a big name when he had the title, but names didn't
nobody
matter
really,
when
but
Liam Smith
nobody
had
really.
that title.
Liam
Names didn't
Smith.
matter. You
I
know what I
mean, hey,
mean?
I'm not defending Canelo or nor. I just want to see good fights. But at the end
Yeah.
of the day, Boo Boo Andre can hate nobody but himself, man. You know what I
No, I'm
mean?
not. Yeah, I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying my whole point was Canelo was selected at 154
Oh, I
for his
mean,
handle.
I'm gonna tell you this is what I've been telling you the whole time, and I'll repeat it again. When I say dollars make sense, if in boxing, if dollar when you fighting somebody, dollars has to make sense because you're gonna be selective and you're gonna reach for the dollars. You're not gonna reach for, oh, he's the toughest fight, but he only brings 1 million. Uh
Yeah.
he's a lighter fight, but he brings 10 million. Amir Khan, ally Amir Khan, Boo Boo's 1 million, Amir Khan's 10 million. Which one do Amir Khan?
Yeah,
I'm
but
being honest.
I'm fine with that. But if that's the way it is, let's call them for what they are. They're money fighters. Because if that's the case, then it's the same thing with these people are saying about Joshua and Wilder when they're going on about money. I'm not saying you're wrong because that's probably a lot of the time that's what happened. I'm not saying Canelo didn't take the easier fight for the belt because he was scared of Boo Boo. But if that be the case, then let's just call it for what it is. Because there's a difference between a money fighter and a legacy fighter. Know what I'm saying?
And
Well,
I was really
and
about, you made my point.
this another thing too. Hold on, because I gotta say name one good point for you know what I'm saying, for Ty Legacy. So I mean, I'm backing Canelo on this, and you know what I'm saying. I'm telling you right now, if Canelo was all about the money, he didn't have to fight Laura. He chose to fight Laura. In my eyes, Laura beats Andre right now, right now. Right now, Laura beats Andre 10 out of 10 times. Right now. Right now. And Canelo beat him. Now go ahead, Trey X. I'm done.
How does
I
Laura
was just
beat Boo
gonna
Boo
say, man,
Andre when Laura's at 154?
He can come down. He didn't win up. He didn't even fight at 160 yet.
You think Laura can
yeah,
make
he did.
160 comfortable?
He did fight at 160. His
He
last
might
fight was
have.
at 160.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
The dude's so inconsistent, man. I'm pretty sure he can make 154. He told us he went to 160. I got him on interview. He went to 160 because nobody at 154 will fight him. So he
Good
can
point.
still make 154 right now.
Good point.
Well, what I was gonna say, if we go off your logic about dollars and cents, well, shit, Joshua don't never need to fight Wilder, and
Exactly.
as a matter of fact, Thurman don't need to fight Spence either, because if either one of them take a loss, that's gonna hurt their earning potential in the future, because a loss is detrimental these days in boxing. So don't none of them need to fight.
And that's all I was trying to explain to Ty Legacy. At the end of the day, us as fans, we want to see the hardcore fights. We want to see like a Boo Boo Andre versus a Canelo. We want to see, you know what I mean, like a Charlo versus a Golovkin. We want to see these fights. But I'm a realist. At the end of the day, I'm trying to be a realist. I'm trying to
Yeah.
say what's gonna actually really happen. And if it doesn't make dollars, it's not gonna happen.
No,
It's
I hear
not
you.
gonna happen.
No,
And that's the hold up with the Wilder and Joshua fight. You know, Joshua's making all of this fucking money, and Wilder's not. Wilder's
So
not
look,
making as much money as Joshua's making
look,
right now.
no,
so
I get
look,
what
we
you're
don't
saying.
need, we don't.
I hear what you're saying because me and you had this discussion. Like you got to be real. You might not like something, but that's the way it is. I get exactly what you're saying, but what I'm saying, if that's the case, let's not call it what it's not. If that's what they're doing, then let's categorize them that. That's
And
all I'm
look,
saying. I get what you're saying.
we might as well not even expect the big fights then. Fuck it. Let's just take what they give us. Fuck it. Let's just watch Joshua versus White. That's what we need to look forward to because that makes dollars and it makes sense. Let's not
Yeah,
even look for the big fights.
if a dude's a money fighter, then let's call him a money fighter. Let's not sugarcoat it, whether we like it or not. That's all I'm saying. I get what Corey's saying. Like, just because you say something is probably going to happen, don't mean you back it up or you sign off on it. I don't. Just because I might know something's probably going to happen, don't mean I support it. But if a dude is a money fighter or was a money fighter, let's call them what they are, a money fighter.
Yeah.
Let's not defend it, and let's not call it something else. You know
And
what I
this
mean?
is
that's
and
why.
this is a valid point Sean Newton Boxing was saying off of what I was just saying about the lore and Canelo. He said yup with exclamation marks. He said yup. He said Canelo fought the best guy at 154 even when he was advised not to fight him. Because
That's a fact.
if you remember Oscar De La Hoya and them said that they advised him not to fight him, but everybody was calling Canelo a pussy because he wasn't fighting him.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And that
That's a
caught me
fact. I
by
agree with
and
them.
that caught me by surprise a hell of a lot. I don't know if it caught y'all by surprise, but when that fight was announced, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I had respect for it, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like I got more respect for fighters like Wilder and Spence because they ain't talking about money. They talking about legacy and fighting the best. So I'm not gonna give my support to these money fighters like Joshua and Canelo. Fuck them. I want to see the real fighters.
And then again, man, you might have a fighter that wants to fight somebody, but they don't call the shots. They're just the fighter. The
But yeah,
promoter and the guys behind the scenes tell them what to do because they're paying them. They're the
that's a
ones
good
that
point.
back them. They're the ones that back them when they didn't even have a coat on their back. All right, now let's be honest now, man. So they're the one that's backed them. They're the one that's feeding them, and so they're the ones that's gonna tell them what the fuck to do. If you're working at McDonald's, you're not going to tell your boss, I wanted to do this, and I wanted to do this. He'll probably sit there and say, hey, you can either do this, or you know what I mean. That's a bad analogy.
No, it
Pretty
ain't.
much
That's a good point.
what I'm trying to say is, these guys have a lot of money invested in these fighters, and Ronald and the guy Finkel, Wilder's manager, he's pretty much telling them what does the dollar say? What are we gonna make out of
Yeah.
this whole situation? And Eddie Hearn wouldn't get there because you know what I mean. They're gonna have to give them. They're gonna have to give Wilder at least a 40 split. I mean, let's be honest now.
That's a good point, what you just said, but the fighter still got some influence. Because the analogy you use, you're not going to tell your boss at McDonald's, yes, you're right. I get that. But if I'm the top motherfucker at McDonald's, I might have a little bit of influence. The fighter still got a little influence. If fucking AJ said to Eddie Hearn tonight, I want to fight Wilder or I'm jumping ship to another company, guarantee you he getting that fight. Because Eddie Hearn can't fucking lose him either. Eddie Hearn don't make the money unless Joshua fights. So these fighters got. I get what you're saying. They don't always call the shots. Fighters will tell you that, but they do got some influence, especially a guy at a caliber of Anthony Joshua's status. But Anthony Joshua really wants a fight, he can get it because he can get anybody in the world to promote him. The money he makes.
And then
You know
let
what
me
I mean?
add this, man. Like when I listen to you talking about like how the fight game is, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. It really discourages me as a fan on the cool because boxing to me has been heating up because fighters appear to be getting away from that. The fight game appears to be the best fighting the best again. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
that's what I'm
So
saying. I don't mean to cut you off, but that's what my whole point was, Trey X. And I mean, I swear I'm not trying to cut you off, but my point was when I was making that point, I was just trying to say that, you know what I mean? The boxers actually want to get there and fight. You know what I mean? That's why a fight like Luis Ortiz was made because Wilder was pushing it even on record when Lou DiBella is his promoter. And Lou DiBella said if it was up to me, he wouldn't be fighting Luis Ortiz. He wouldn't be fighting a southpaw. He wouldn't
yeah,
even be doing this because he's got Luis Ortiz right here, but he's so close to Anthony Joshua right here. Why would he fuck that up? Why would he go there and risk fighting Luis Ortiz for peanuts when you're almost there with Joshua? Maybe one or two more fights fighting Joe Schmo and the people will want it. But Wilder having balls, he took the fight. That's all I'm saying.
Which
exactly.
goes
And
to show that the fighters got some influence.
that's
Because
why I respect him more.
yeah,
Because he want to fight, man. It ain't just about the money with Wilder. I don't even have to question that with him, and I don't have to question it with Earl Spence either, because he ain't never talking about building no fights and all that shit.
I
yeah.
mean, like, you know what I mean? Do y'all think that the Wilder Joshua fight's gonna happen? I mean, let's be honest. I mean,
Oh yeah, it's
I'm
gonna happen. There's too much money involved. There's too much
Well,
money involved.
what I was gonna finish saying is I was gonna say is I was thinking in my head. I said, do y'all think the Wilder Joshua fight was gonna happen this year? But then my mind already said, well, let's be real, because I know probably it's not gonna happen this year though.
No, I don't think it will this year.
What about you, Trey X? I mean, how do you feel about the Joshua, and after, Dillian Whyte fighting, how do y'all feel about this scenario? I mean, Dillian Whyte shakes things up now. What do you feel? I think this is a good win.
He shake it up because he knocked out Lucas Browne.
And man, all right, man. Damn, this dude, man.
Sean Newton, I see in the chat. I agree with you. Spence and Wilder do want the money. No fool wants to get hit in the head with no money. But the difference is some dudes want money by taking the path.
What Sean Newton
and some don't. It says he's right. I'm not disagreeing with him. It says Wilder and Spence want the money. Let's not act like they don't. They do want the money because just like you get paid for your job, they want to get paid for theirs. But there's a difference between a fighter that wants the money and take the path of least resistance to get it, and a fighter that wants the money that takes top fights. That's the difference. Exactly. You can't get money by taking the path of least resistance. That happens all the time. That's the difference between certain fighters.
Sean Newton's coming for you, Trey X. Sean Newton in the chat said, Trey X, did you praise Wilder for KOing Stavern?
Do I praise Wilder for KOing Stavern?
Yeah, he said, Trey X, did you praise Wilder for KOing Stavern? Question mark. He's talking about you, Trey X.
I mean, I like Wilder as a fighter, so I gave him his props, but at the same time, I looked at the entire picture, and I knew Stavern was coming off a long layoff and shit, so I included all of that shit in there.
He said, did you praise him?
Praised him as much as they did Charles Barkley.
Praise for getting a knockout in the fight.
He said, why wouldn't he, Sean Newton?
I mean, I gave him praise. I gave him praise, but I kept it in context.
Kept it down the middle.
That's what I'm saying, man. But you know what I mean? I mean, my personal opinion, man, when I seen that knockout, dude, I was like, damn.
It was devastating.
I was like,
not to like
you
about
just
it.
got knocked the fuck out, dude. Like, that was and the way he just, stepped over him while the dude was just slobbering. I was like, yo, and he actually picked the ref up
on his back.
I said, what the fuck is this guy on, yo? I mean, he looked like he was just a killer in there, dude.
What do you mean didn't praise White? We did say White got a good knockout. There's a difference, man. You got to look at the different. You got to look at the different scenarios. What's his name? Browne is 38 years old, coming off a layoff. And
he's talking to you.
With 29.
No, that was for Trey X. Trey X. He said.
I don't care.
He said, Trey X, did you praise Wilder for Stavern? And you said, yeah. He said, but Trey X, you didn't praise White.
What the fuck? I'm supposed to give him a fucking hand job or something because he got a fucking knockout? I gave him his props.
We did give him his props. We said he put that garlic butter on him. But you gotta go by facts. A 38-year-old man off a layoff coming in fucking 264 pounds isn't the same thing as knocking out Stavern. What's going on here? What the fuck you want us to fucking say he's a fucking at the top knockout? Motherfuckers got a fucking critique about Ortiz, who showed he was nothing on a world-class level, and then when Wilder beat him, they want to go on about age, but we're supposed to fucking sit here and fucking jack off fucking White because he knocked out a 38-year-old Browne that was off a layoff out of shape. That what you know what I mean? Yeah, he gets his props. He almost put him in the hospital.
Oh shit.
Browne, it don't matter if Browne's unbeaten. He's 38 years old coming off a layoff. A layoff is crucial. I ain't saying it's not a good win. It ain't a good knockout. I'm saying it's not the same thing. It's not. It's close to the same thing because Stavern was coming off a layoff.
What'd he say now? I can't read. What'd he say in the chat now?
Browne isn't unbeaten because Browne just got knocked the fuck out. He's not unbeaten. Yeah, no, I hear you. He was off for 2 years. Yeah, I know that.
Did Browne have any quality wins?
Did Browne look like he was supposed to be boxing tonight?
A couple guys in the chat was saying something about an automobile. Remember that shit, Trey X? That shit? One of the dudes said Lucas Browne should be working on cars or some shit. Somebody said
yeah.
that. Somebody said that shit.
But I'm saying, has Lucas Browne ever beat anybody good?
Sean Newton in the chat says Tavern had fought a live body since he lost to Wilder. He said this Tavern? Hold on, who you talking about? Sean Newton, you lost.
Man, I respect Tavern more because Tavern had those 2 wins over Areola. A lot of people might not say Areola wasn't shit, but at the same time, I mean, he is a world-class fighter, as you can see when he fought Seth Mitchell, who wasn't a world-class fighter. So I got more respect for Tavern than Lucas Browne.
That's what I mean, I guess he's saying you didn't pray. He said, I guess Sean Box is saying that he said you praised Wilder for KO's Tavern, but didn't praise White for
how the fuck does he know?
Browne.
Yeah, we did.
Lewis Browne.
How does he know we didn't praise him?
I picked White to win. Like goddamn,
like KO.
You know what I'm
saying? He said, Sean Newton boxing said Chikev, which Lucas Browne beat. He said Chikev was a champion, Trey X.
Chigayev, yeah, I all right, I give you respect for that. All right, that's a good point.
Holy,
I mean, I ain't just dance. If you make a good point, you make a good point. But I don't see why the fuck I gotta bring up Lucas Browne and praise and worship tomorrow at church and shit just because he got a fucking knockout.
And Sean Newton be quick with the comebacks, yo.
Sean, did you give Wilder his praise for all 40 fucking knockouts? For 40 knockouts? We did give White praise, bud. You're making assumptions. We did give White praise, but we're calling it as it is. I didn't even give Deontay Wilder that much praise for beating Tavern because of a layoff.
Oh shit, yo!
It's down the middle. We're down the middle. There's no emotion. There's no fanboy shit with us.
Oh,
and what you just said is accurate because I look at these two, not like the Lucas Browne and the Wilder knockout of Tavern. I look at them similar. You know what I'm saying? That they was devastating and they was great to see, but at the same time, they was against 2 dudes coming off layoffs.
Exactly. So I don't give a fuck if Wilder's my favorite fighter. It is what it is.
I really don't favor one over the other one too much, except for Wilder, because he's one of my favorite fighters to watch. You know what I'm saying? But as far as credit, I give both of them about the same amount of credit, even though I think Tavern is a better fighter than Lucas Browne. That's just my opinion, but that's just an opinion.
So yeah, I mean, damn, I mean, that's what it is, though. I mean, what do y'all? So where y'all got Dillian Whyte going from now, man? Since y'all done got through Sean Newton boxing, so where y'all got Dillian Whyte going now, y'all? I mean, what's his next move?
What? It possibly Wilder, because like I said, I don't think that Joshua fight's happening, and because it's down the middle here, not emotion. Ranking wise, Whyte is in a position where he can get that fight, so it's possible that it's Wilder.
Well, I wouldn't mind seeing Wilder and Whyte.
I thought my car alarm was going off outside. I was ready to grab the 40. It was ready to be game time. Nah, my neighbor's crazy as a bitch, man. But yeah, what y'all was saying now? So you said what now?
I said mine. Go ahead, Trey.
Shit, I wouldn't mind seeing Dillian Whyte fight Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? It can shut a lot of people up. And I think it'll be an entertaining fight while we wait on to see what Joshua gonna do. Keep my man busy. You know what I'm saying? Keep him active. So I wouldn't mind seeing that.
I agree. I'm on board with that.
So y'all would want to see the Wilder versus Dillian Whyte fight. Wilder versus Whyte fight. Y'all saying that's a good fight next?
Well, yeah, I definitely ain't gonna turn the TV off.
Huh?
I was just saying I definitely wouldn't turn the TV off.
Sean Newton said, that's my boy Brazil. He said Sean Newton boxer said Whyte or Brazil are great fights for Wilder next.
You
I
better stick with
prefer
White. You better
I
stick with
pref-
White.
I prefer Brazil. Sean Boxer said I prefer Brazil because of that beef. Remember I was telling you about that beef? About
Yeah.
how he did that to his how he did that to his daughter and his wife. He disrespected him in front of his wife, dude,
I remember
and his
that shit at
daughter.
that I remember that shit at that restaurant, man. It ain't gonna help him. He still gonna get his ass whooped.
You don't
So
think he
what?
could be? You don't think that could actually help him out, like fighting for his family and
Man, we gonna put his ass straight to sleep like Spilka.
ouch, damn.
That boy ain't got himself shit. He shouldn't even be in the top 10.
So you
Brazil don't have himself shit.
you think
White
that's
ranked
gonna be a
higher.
tough one? You think that's gonna be a tough fight, or you think that's gonna be an easy fight for Brazil
Easy
and
work.
Wilder? Which one do
Easy
you
work
think
for
will be a
Wilder.
hard fighter? Do you think the White fight, or do you think the Brazil? Which one do
I
y'all want to
think
see?
White is the better fighter. I think White will beat the brakes off Brazil right now.
Oh wow, really? Even after the Uzo Aganu fight?
Yup.
Man, he was getting his ass whooped in that fight, bro. We ain't got to go over this again. That boy was getting his ass toe up in that fight, man. He had to come back to win.
But remember, Trey X, like I told you, man, at the end of the day, you said but. There is no buts on this channel. He won. So that means he gets to fight Wilder if Wilder chooses.
I ain't saying he can't fight Wilder. I'm saying he gonna get his ass whooped if he fight Wilder. That's what I'm talking about. I'm
You
not
said
saying
you said Uzu Agana was beating him, but
I'm saying but as far as he is gonna get his ass whooped. I'm not saying but like he don't deserve to fight. I'm saying he
oh,
was getting his ass whooped and he came back. He gonna get his ass whooped again against Wilder, but he won't come back this time.
I'd rather see White because I like to see fights that when they happen and then when we get the results, it sets a trend position wise. And White is in a higher position right now. So it makes more sense on Deontay Wilder's path to fight White. And I think White would be a harder fight, even though I picked Wilder to win. I think fucking
Brazil,
Wilder knocks Brazil right to fucking. You guys in the States? You guys in the States? The fight will end up in the States. The fight starts in the States. If he fights Wilder, Brazil will end up in my parking lot.
hold on, what happened now?
I said I'd rather see, in a nutshell, I said I'd rather see Wilder fight White because that makes more sense because White is higher in the rankings and that can shift things more for us to see further fights. And I think White's the harder fighter, but I still pick Wilder to beat White. I think Wilder knocks fucking Brazil out. He'll end up from the States into my parking lot here in Canada. And I'll be calling you guys on the phone. We'll be doing a live post fight here.
God damn, dude. But I mean, my personal opinion is what they were saying. What they were saying in the post fight. In the post fight. Oh, Suleiman, what's up, Suleiman? What's up, man? Yeah, my boy Suleiman, man. This is my boy, y'all, from the Reporter channel. I told y'all I was on the Ringside Reporter. I'm on that show every Sunday. It's another boxing channel on here, man. So y'all can check
Shout out, Suleiman. Shout out.
Suleiman. He's a good dude, y'all. He's a real respectable dude, man. I've talked to him before. He's a good guy, man. He's a really good guy, man. So yeah, Suleiman. So Suleiman, I don't know where you're from, dude, or what time it is, but we pretty much stay up late on the weekends, man. Us three, man. We go hard on the weekends. It's gonna be a show that we're gonna probably keep doing it. Well, I mean, we're gonna probably keep doing it. I mean, like I said, man, we're gonna probably be all here for the Joshua Parker fight. I know Trey X said he was gonna watch the fight with me. I don't know if Ty Legacy probably gonna watch the fight and then jump in later, like you did today, Ty Legacy. How you gonna do? How we gonna plan watching that fight, man? You gonna jump in or how you gonna do it?
Well, I got some in-laws coming over, but I will be watching the fight, and I'll pop in if I can and when I can because I appreciate you having me here. But I'll let you know on that day for sure. Either way, I'm going to be online. Either way, either on your channel or my channel at some point.
Yeah, so yeah, Suleiman and Sean Boxing, we're gonna be having a fight here live for the Joshua Parker fight, and like I said, man, it's gonna be a hell of a fight, man. I can't wait. Oh wow, did I just see Smith versus Ali? Oh, so that's set in stone, dude. Saddam Ali versus Liam Smith just popped up on my TV. That must be signed, delivered, dude.
Yeah.
Wow, man, what a good fight, man. That'll be a pretty good fight, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, Suleiman, we were actually talking about who should Wilder fight, who should Dillian Whyte fight next. We were pretty much saying that he could fight Wilder, but he was just pretty much saying that Brazil's still in there. And what I was gonna tell you, what I was trying to get to, y'all, is that Wilder is what they were saying in the post-fight press conference with Dillian Whyte. They said, Dillian Whyte, who do you want to fight? And they said, well, what if the WBC mandates you to fight a title eliminator, one more eliminator? He said, I mean, I don't want to. I want to see what Eddie Hearn wants what got for me to do. But that shows you right there that there's a possibility there's going to be another wrench thrown in by the WBC. Don't think that it's a foregone conclusion that Dillian Whyte must fight Wilder next, because they might throw one more in there, dude. What's your thoughts on that? I want to see Wilder Whyte next, man. That's what I want to see, man. What do y'all want to see?
We could see Wilder Joshua next, because I've been looking at their schedule, especially if he gets to Parker. That fight could happen within 6 or 7 months, but it ain't gonna happen because I seen Eddie Hearn on TV today. He wasn't even entertaining that thought.
What was Eddie Hearn? What was Eddie Hearn talking about of lately, man?
Same old
Eddie
bullshit.
Hearn talking about?
Same old bullshit. Whyte and Wilder. Same old bullshit.
Oh man, dude, damn, man. So that's what I'm saying, man. Suleiman and Sean Newton, man. Who do y'all want to see Whyte fight next? Do y'all want to see him fight Brazil? Do y'all want to see him have a rematch with Lucas Browne? Or I'm just fucking with y'all, man. I think Lucas Browne is done, man. I think his career is over. I think Lucas Browne, I don't think he'll be fighting anymore. I'm honestly think, man, this is a brutal knockout, man.
Yeah.
This is a light. It was almost a life-threatening. Jokes aside, y'all. Yeah. This is almost a life-threatening knockout, dude. I'm just being honest with y'all.
You always want them to be safe at the end of the day, but he should call it a day, man.
Yeah, he need to get his ass out the way, man. Go sit down.
Hey, y'all, just imagine, Lucas Browne was ready to fight Joshua next.
Yeah, same result.
Oh my God, no, worse. Oh,
I don't know if you can get any worse than that.
That was face down, Trey X, ass up.
Yeah,
and hey, Suleiman, we had a bet, man. Me and the guy Trey X on here, man. We had a bet that I had to do 20 push-ups because my dumb ass wanted to spice the show up, and I picked Lucas Browne to win the fucking fight, dude. I was the jackass to pick Lucas Browne to win the fight, man. Not only was I wrong on Lucas Browne winning, I think Lucas Browne's career is over. He said Jose Suleiman said that Dillian Whyte's gonna be fighting Derek Chisora next, and that he said Lucas Browne looked very old.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, no disrespect. Hey, Corey, where do you want this delivered? How do you want this delivered, bud?
Oh, what's that, dude? What is that?
Hot sauce for that crow.
Ah, man, this guy, man. Here you go, man. Come on, man. Yeah, man. I mean, I had to eat it on that one, dude. That shit was fucked up because after the fight was over with, all Trey X kept saying is, man, let me get them push-ups, man. Stop playing, man. Let me get those.
Oh, Trey will hold you to it, bud. He'll hold you to it.
I'm like, damn, can I break the fight down? Damn, nigga. This dude was off the chain, man. But yeah, man, it was a good time, man. But yeah, so, and it's another thing, Suleiman, since you're he said, oh my God, Lucas Browne has very bad defense. Yeah, he does, man. He was getting hit with that 1-2 all night long. And that body, I honestly thought that body attack slowed Lucas Browne down. How do y'all think about Dillian Whyte's body attack?
Go ahead, Drake.
Shit, he was digging to the body. You know, that's what set all that shit up. When I first started seeing him go to the body, I knew your boy was in trouble. I started seeing them push-ups.
Yeah.
Oh, push ups for me. Come on, man. Go ahead, Trey Ty Legacy. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, his defense, no disrespect to the man. I'm glad he's safe. I just want to say that because all jokes aside, you want these guys to be safe. They do go out there to entertain us. But we wouldn't be doing this right now. But yeah, his defense was subpar, man. Like he wasn't even trying to slip punch. Usually when you slip punches, you want to slip them by a few mere inches, so you're still in position to throw a shot. And he was slipping real wide just to get out of there. He wasn't protecting that body, but it is what it is. He got in there, but yeah, his defense. He it's a good performance by White. I don't take credit from these guys, especially the day that they knocked him out. But I mean, he made it easier for White than probably somebody else would have because his defense just wasn't on par. I mean, the right hand, other than the body shot, that right hand was coming into play. Like White was nailing him with that right hand.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, man. And speaking of the heavyweights, man, I think we burnt out the heavyweight division right now, man. My personal opinion, man, is I want to get to the 175-pound division. This is a division that I've been wanting to talk about with you guys, man. But we've just been so bombarded with other shit, man. I mean, after a brutal knockout like the Dillian Whyte dude, it's kind of hard to talk about something else. I mean, the guy almost killed the guy in the ring tonight, man. Yeah, I thought Dillian Whyte actually I think he was going to be convicted of murder. I mean, that was a brutal knockout, dude. That's definitely going to be top candidate of knockout of the year, man.
For sure.
But moving forward, ladies and gentlemen that's listening, we're going to go ahead and talk about the light heavyweight division, man. I think that's a division that needs to be spotlighted. You got a couple good fights coming up. How do y'all feel about Bivol in that division? Do y'all think Bivol is the next best thing to Andre Ward? And do y'all think Andre Ward ducked Bivol because they said that Andre Ward retired because of Bivol? Your thoughts?
No, I don't think Andre Ward ducked him. A 35-year-old man that has fought the best in his time consistently. It's not above a possibility that if he says he doesn't feel like giving 100%. In the gym or in the ring, that's not against all possibilities. So I think that's a bunch of bullshit. As far as Bivol goes, I think he is the real deal thus far, or has a very good chance of being it because he just beat Barrera, whose only loss was Andre Ward, and he did it in less than 15 fights. That is very, very, very impressive, and that's without even touching the man on a technical basis, boxing wise. I mean, to beat Sullivan Barrera in less than 15 fights, that's impressive. You see all the praise they're giving Ryan Garcia without changing the subject, who's got the same amount of fights or very close to it as Bivol. And you're seeing what Bivol did in that same amount of fights. So I think Bivol's on a good track. Proof's in the pudding.
Trey X, you want to go ahead and get into it, or you want me to go ahead and get into it? Go ahead.
Yeah, I like Bivol, man. I mean, I like when I watch him train. I like the I like the way he throw his shit. I like his temperament. You know what I'm saying? I like his motivation. He's just a likable guy, and he whoops ass. And like what Ty Legacy said, like I don't know a lot about him. I ain't gonna lie, he ain't even got a lot of fights. You know what I'm saying? But if you go out there and put a massive ass whooping on Barrera like that, you got my attention because I got respect for Barrera. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like he's a decent fighter. Like Barrera to me is like a B-level fighter. Like he the definition of a B-level fighter to me. So if you go out there and put a massive ass whooping on him like that, you got my attention.
So yeah, my personal opinion about Bivol, I think Bivol is gonna be one of the best light heavyweights in the division. But you got a couple light heavyweights in the division that actually are not known, and they're Eastern European fighters, man. You got my guy, man, and I'm going on record saying that I think he's the best light heavyweight in the world, man. He just got his championship, like Bivol just got his. But the guy that I'm talking about, without further ado, is gonna be your boy, Alter Beterbiev. He's a beast, man. I think Alter Beterbiev is the dark horse in this division. I think Alter Beterbiev destroys, dismantles Kovalev. Get his quitting ass out of here, man. Kovalev's a bitch. He's been fucking bitched by Andre Ward. I don't think none of those blows were low. And you quit, dude. You quit. Once a quitter, always a quitter, man. I think he wanted a way out, man, and I think he got one, man, by getting stopped by SOG, man. Who are some of y'all top fighters at 175?
It's a deep ass division, bro. I like him. Shit, I like Bevel. I like Better BL. I like shit Jack the Mood Up. I like Adonis Stevenson. It's a deep division, man. I don't like the youngsters like Yard and shit. I'm not really feeling him. But as far as the established guys, man, I like just about everybody at the top. I want to see them all fight.
Yeah, and I mean that's what I'm saying, man. You got a guy like Bivol that's completely destroying Barrera, man. I think Barrera, was a formidable opponent. I think Barrera was a very good opponent, man. I thought that when Joe Smith knocked, I don't know if y'all remember, but when Joe Smith knocked your boy, the legend, Bernard Hopkins, through the fucking ropes, dude, I thought Josh Smith was the real deal. He got his ass beat by Barrera. Barrera did get knocked down in the first or second round, but he came back to win almost every round after that. He got outboxed by the heavy puncher, Joe Smith, and I thought Barrera was on his way to winning the title, man. But there was only one thing. He had a roadblock that nobody heard of. I don't even think Barrera heard of, because if you remember, and this is a telltale sign, y'all. This is a telltale sign, and this is a sign that I actually wanted to get into. I'm glad we're on this division right now. If y'all remember, Barrera had a fight scheduled with Alter Beterbiev, and he pulled out. He had a fight scheduled with Bivol, and he didn't pull out. I think that's a telltale sign, man. I think a lot of these motherfuckers are scared of Beterbiev. They're not going to give him his chance until he gets old as shit. He's already about 31, 32 years old. I don't think he's going to get a real shot until he's to another year or two from now, man. And it's sad because he's a champion. But somebody's going to have to fight him. He's got a belt. How bad do you want it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Beterbiev definitely solid.
Yeah.
I mean, who do y'all got winning in the Kovalev versus Browne fight coming up? I mean, that's a pretty good fight coming up. That's coming up.
I'd lean towards Kovalev, but I'm rooting for Browne. But like I said, my picks don't reflect who I'm rooting for. I keep emotion out of this boxing shit. But I'm hoping Browne gets him. Browne, and he's capable. He's capable of getting him.
Hold on, what'd you just say, Ty Legacy? You keep what?
I said I keep emotion out of this boxing shit, so I'm rooting for Browne, but I'm leaning towards Kovalev. But I'm hoping Browne gets Kovalev out of there.
Hey, Ty Legacy, you got to start telling your boy Trey X that, man, because every time I talk about Earl Spence, he's like, oh, man, Earl Spence, he's from Texas, man. You know how we do out here, man.
I ain't got to tell Trey X nothing. I had a million conversations with Trey X. Trey X is straight down the middle.
Man, I'm just fucking with you, but yeah, man. So what? So you said you got what now on who was just talking about?
Kovalev and Browne.
Who you got winning that? Kovalev?
I'm leaning towards Kovalev.
And who you got, Trey X, on the Kovalev versus Browne fight? That's gonna be a good fight. Go ahead, I'll wait.
I mean, when I look at the styles, I have to say Kovalev. But like when I look at fights, man, I always say this: out with the old and in with the new. And when I look at that, like a young, hungry guy, that's not gonna be wanting to accept no for an answer very easily, in his prime, I gotta go with Marcus Browne, man.
Oh, you got to go with Marcus Browne.
Yeah, I feel like Ward still has Kovalev's heart beating in his hand like Kano.
You feel like what now?
I feel like Ward still has Kovalev's heart beating in his hand like Kano on Mortal Kombat.
Oh man, this guy, man, oh man. But yeah, man, I got man, that's crazy, dude. You use that analogy. But I mean, I actually got Kovalev winning by knockout. I got Kovalev winning by brutal knockout. Browne's gonna get stopped within the fourth or fifth round, about after the filling out process. I think he'll go as far as about Shabransky went. He'll have a couple good moments, and then he'll get just good enough for Kovalev to butter him up and put that garlic on him. And I mean, I'm pretty much certain that Kovalev's gonna win, and I'm willing to put push-ups on it. So if you're ready when that comes around, don't be scared. I'll definitely be here to get my payback and my redemption from the Lucas Browne fight. I mean, from the Lucas Browne fight.
I ain't never scared. I'll take the underdog. But has Kovalev fought any young guys? Ain't all the guys he been fighting like in their fucking 30s?
Shabransky was pretty young. I think Shabransky was about 25, 26 years old, if I'm not mistaken. Shabransky
was weak though, wasn't he?
Shabransky was a formidable opponent. He was pretty good. I mean, he came off a couple good wins. I think he beat he beat some notable fight. That's what got him to that fight, but I can't remember right off.
What I saw with my eyes, I saw a weak ass fighter. All right, besides Shabransky, do we have any other young guys on this record?
No.
Nah, I mean, who? Kovalev?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Kovalev's been through a couple good fights. I mean, you know what I mean?
He's been through good fighters, but he fight them in their mid-30s and shit, man.
You said Kovalev is?
Yeah.
I mean, I think Kovalev's getting older now, man. Like I said, Kovalev's towards the end of his career.
Well, I'm just saying,
probably trying to get the money grab fights, man.
This a young, hungry fighter. He ain't fighting no 40-year-old man. He ain't fighting no 35-year-old dude from Canada, Pascal. This ain't none of that, man. This a young, hungry dude. He ain't got nobody like that on his record. Shabransky can't fight as good as Browne.
No, fuck no.
Stevie Wonder could see that with Ray Charles' eyes.
Sergey Kovalev fought Bernard Hopkins.
That motherfucker was goddamn.
Corey be fucking me up, man. Corey be fucking me up thinking he's serious and shit.
Yeah,
my bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. I'm just fucking with y'all. I'm trying to keep everybody up tonight, man. But yeah, man. I mean, like I said, man, he's a you got Duval over there with Main Events Promotions. They're like I said, man, they got a lot of money tied up in Kovalev, man, and they're trying to get their investment, they're trying to get return on their investment. Because if y'all remember, Kovalev's last fight before this one, he fought Ward for the second time. And if y'all remember, his Ward fight, he got $0 on his check. I've never seen a dude's check say $0, dude. What the fuck are you going home to say? I just fought for free? I mean, what type of shit is that? That's how bad you want your belts back? Man, I mean, he got money on the fucking ass end of the pay-per-view, but your check read $0. I've never seen that, dude. Ever.
That was fucked up. I actually felt bad for the motherfucker.
I didn't.
You felt hold on. You didn't hold on. What happened?
I said I actually felt bad for the motherfucker. Ty said, fuck him, he ain't give a damn.
Oh, Ty Legacy, you didn't feel bad for Kovalev for getting $0?
I did to an extent because he's a boxer that put his life on the line, but the way he conducted himself after the first fight, it's not my fault if you don't. You got to know your business too. If I go to work, Corey, and I don't get no money because of certain ways that I did, you going to feel bad for me? I wouldn't expect you to. So I don't give a fuck. Did Kovalev give a shit if he was taking down Ward stock? No, he didn't.
He got $0. He can't feed his family now, man.
He can feed his family. I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him because, like I said, I have to be a fan of boxing over boxers. That he's a boxer that got in the ring and didn't get paid. And if he got $0, but that's about 5%.
Jose Suleiman in the chat says the only chance Kovalev has is to box. Marcus Browne is a slick, tough southpaw. Marcus Browne by knockout, easy knockout. Everybody's picking Marcus Browne.
I'm not. I'm leaning towards Kovalev, but I don't think it's going to be easy because let's just take who we like and who we don't like out of it. Kovalev does got skills. Kovalev's no easy fight for anybody.
But at the same time, I mean, by Marcus Browne being a southpaw, he kind of has that built-in jab neutralizer, and the jab is one of Kovalev's best punches because he a 1-2 fighter.
Y'all, hey, yo, I swear to y'all, man, I put this on my life, yo. I thought Sergey Kovalev was fighting another guy, yo. I thought Sergey Kovalev was fighting the guy that just lost to Ramirez. What's his name? Gilberto Ramirez. I thought he was
Oh,
moving up in weight.
yeah, no.
Damn. They
Marcus
look.
Browne.
That's his name, ain't it? What's his name?
Marcus
Ain't
Marcus
it?
Browne.
Brown.
But that who just fought Gilberto Ramirez? What's his name?
Oh,
What's his name, y'all? I know y'all know his name, man.
I know so many boxers' names, man.
The guy that just fought, who anybody in the chat know who I'm talking about? He just fought Gilberto Ramirez. He's a black dude. He just fought, he's with Top Rank. This is who I thought he was fighting. Oh, Jesse Hart. Oh, man. I thought Marcus Browne and Jesse Hart were the same. They look almost the same guy. I thought they were the same guy, man.
You
No,
trying to say all black people look alike?
Nah, man. Come on, man. Nah, man. But I honestly thought that they were the same. I thought that Jesse Hart, I don't know why I thought that they were fighting. But Marcus Browne is actually undefeated, man. That's a good fight, actually. That's
yeah,
a
it
good
is.
fight, man. That's
It
a better
is.
fight than what I thought because I thought Jesse Hart was moving up one weight division because that's only one weight division down. I thought that Jesse Hart, for some reason, I thought his name was Marcus Browne. I thought he was moving up one division to fight Kovalev because he's with Top Rank. So that would have been easy to make. So he's fighting an Al Heyman fighter now. Wow. Kovalev's fighting an Al Heyman fighter. Wow.
Yeah, it's a
And
good
then
fight. Trey made a good
fight-
point. Trey said he's southpaw, so neutralizes that jab, but Kovalev's got a good counter right hand. He was
Yeah, he got a
hitting
good
Ward
right
with
hand.
that. So I think it's a good fight. Kovalev, even though he's not my favorite fighter by no means, boxing wise, you got to give him his credit for his skills. He's no easy fight for anybody. He wasn't even easy with Ward. Like Ward beat him, but I mean that wasn't a breeze, right?
Yeah, but look where Ward is in his career. Ward was at the tail end of his career, man. Those were his last two fights. Like
Yeah,
when I look at the styles, I give a slight edge to Kovalev. You know what I'm
me
saying?
too.
Because he does
Yes,
keep his
sir.
distance good and shit. He got a good jab. He got the right hand. The right hand is good for the southpaw. But at the same time, when I look at where they are in their careers, I just feel like Marcus Brown is on the way up. And I feel
Yeah,
like Marcus Brown is a good fighter, and he got a good amateur pedigree. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
This ain't just some scrub from up the street. This
by
is
no means.
actually this is actually a type of fighter that Kovalev hasn't fought because he done fought a good fighter like Andre Ward, but he didn't fight him when he was young. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying Marcus Brown is on Andre Ward's level, but he is an athletic fighter and he's young. You know what I'm saying? He's hungry, so I think
Yeah.
he got action, man.
So who do y'all got winning on the Adonis Stevenson versus Badu Jack fight?
I
Jack the
think
Ripper.
I think Stevenson gonna knock his ass out. To be real with you, I know a lot of people might disagree, but I just feel like Stevenson gonna knock him out.
You think
Yeah,
Stevenson's gonna go ahead, Ty?
I
Wow, man,
lean
I can't
I,
believe. Wow,
I lean towards Stevenson.
wow, you too. Wow, man,
But
nobody has.
his age does concern me though, because the
How
motherfucker
old is he?
he about 38, 39, I think. He might be 40
So
now, I think.
Adonis Stevenson's 40 years old.
He about
Oh
40.
yeah,
He
he's
What?
looking
older.
up.
And to add to that too, Corey, it's not just his age that to me is a factor. And I'm Canadian, but like I said, everybody gets the same calls down the middle. Adonis Stevenson hasn't fought a mandatory for 5 years, so the level of opponents hasn't been always top notch, and that makes a big difference in a fighter's career and a fighter's performance. I lean towards Adonis, but I wouldn't be surprised if Jack pulls
You
the
got
upset based on that.
you got Jose, you got Suleiman in the chat saying he's saying Marcus Brown knocked out Thomas Top Dog Williams.
Yes,
And then
sir.
he's saying in the chat, he's saying Kovalev has to box. When Kovalev doesn't box, he loses.
Good
And then you
point.
got Suleiman in the chat also saying Adonis Stevenson is too strong. The Superman by knockout. The
I think
Superman is a well-preserved champ. Wow.
I feel that, man. I agree
Wow.
with that, man. I think he'll win by knockout too. But the man, he turned 41 this year, so that's
Yep.
pretty much just my only concern. You know what I'm saying? He turned 41 in September.
Who turned 41 in September?
Stevenson, Adonis Stevenson. It's a young man's game. You know what I'm saying?
So
Yeah.
you're
And I don't.
feeling like it's a young man's game. You feeling like maybe Badu Jack can sneak one past Adonis Stevenson.
I mean, that's closing the gap. Like if they was both in their primes, I would be riding with Adonis Stevenson head and shoulders. But since his age is an issue, to me that closes the gap and makes it a closer fight than it would be.
Yeah. And his competition in the last couple of years too, because when you're a fighter and you might not be fighting the competition that you could be fighting, you don't realize your mistakes and stuff like that. It's that's why it's always good to have good competition. But I do lean towards Adonis Stevenson by, and if he wins by KO. But I mean there is factors there with Adonis.
I mean,
Yeah,
my personal opinion is Badu Jack is a really really good boxer, man. I think a
Yes, sir.
lot of people are sleeping on Badu Jack. I think he won the James DeGale fight. I think James DeGale got a formidable he got a formidable thing with the judges where it
a
was a
gift.
draw. Yeah, he got a gift. He got a formidable gift with the judges because it was pretty much what I was seeing in that fight is I was seeing that Badu Jack was slick and moving. You know, he was jabbing and moving, and you know, Badu Jack's a very, very slick fighter, man. I think a
Yeah.
lot of people underestimate the more younger maybe not the more necessarily stronger fighter, but who's to say that every time Floyd Mayweather got in the ring that he was a stronger fighter? You know what I mean? You got guys out here, you don't have to be the strongest fighter to win the fight. It's called boxing. It's not called power punching and let's all slug each other heads off. You gotta
Agreed.
box. You know what I mean? Boxing is a sport. You know what I mean? And with boxing, sometimes you're not gonna get the slugfest you paid for. You know what I mean? Our personal opinion is I think Badu Jack is a very, very underrated fighter. And I think he's came back from the knockout loss he he got early in his career. And I think he's shooken back from it, man. I think he became and got his man strength now. I think Badu Jack has his man strength, and I think Badu Jack is a formidable opponent for Adonis Stevenson. Plus, he was a world champion at a weight class lower. But the only thing that scares me is he's coming up one weight class higher, and Adonis Stevenson is coming down to make that weight. Very, very, very big decision because, like they say, you're good a good big man always beats a good little man.
Well, I mean, I respect what you're saying.
Jose Suleiman's in the chat and he's saying the Superman is a young 41. Now, Suleiman said the problem is that nobody wants to fight the Superman. Suleiman said Badu Jack has no chin, but he said Badu Jack has no chin, but if he boxes, he has a chance to win. Suleiman also says Badu Jack has to keep away from the ropes.
I agree with him.
I don't really see Badu Jack as a boxer. I mean, I see him as a guy that's
What?
really more in front of you. I don't really see him using a lot of lateral movement and shit. He's more of a simplistic type fighter to me. I mean, he keep his hands up good. You know what I'm saying? He don't really have any punches that just stands out. Like I can't just say he got a dominant jab or anything like that. I mean, he does a lot of good things. He don't do nothing great. So
Sean Newton I don't mean to cut you off, my brother. Sean Newton in the chat says Adonis' reach and control of distance will lead to Jack getting KO'd.
That's a
I mean, that's what I
possibility.
think too. I don't see Bobby Jack as just this awesome, great fighter. I mean, he a little bit underrated, but I also think he a little bit overrated by some fighters because, like, I mean, some people, analysts, I look at like his fight with DeGale. Yeah, it's a good. You can make a good argument that he won that fight, but I felt like it was a close fight. It really could have went either way to me. I saw both of them get good work off. I know he knocked the motherfucking teeth out his mouth and shit, so they make you think that he just got on his ass, but it was a close fight, man. He ain't just go in there and dominate that dude to where you say the Gale got a gift. I didn't see that shit like that. It was close to me.
Jose Suleiman said, very true, Sean, talking about this control of distance and will lead to Jack getting KO'd. He said Sean Newton said close with Butte as well and Groves. I guess he's saying Badu Jack had close fights with George Groves and Lucian Butte.
I
I would
mean,
agree with that.
it would be a different story if he was out there dominating guys like that and moving up in weight. He having close fights with him, man. So I can't just give him the edge. I don't think he's a better fighter than Adonis Stevenson. That's just my opinion.
But yeah, I mean, my personal opinion is, man, I think that Badu Jack is a very, like I said, man, he's just an underrated fighter, man. You know what I mean? Who are some of the other champions at 175? You got Archer Beterbiev at IBF. You got Archer Beterbiev at IBF. You got Bivol as the regular. He's only the regular WBA champion. That's Bivol. So that's the two. You got the WBC with Adonis Stevenson.
You got Kovalev, don't you?
You got Kovalev with the WBO. Who's the WBA super champion in that division? At
Well, I'm not good.
175.
I'm not good with that kind of shit, man. I'm not gonna even lie to you, bro.
Well, the WBA has about 4 belts, dude. It's out of
I
control.
don't be knowing all that shit, man. I just
well, that's what I'm trying to tell. I'm trying to tell you about.
yeah, break it down for me, bro.
I'll be right back, fellas.
All right, Ty. But what I'm trying to tell you is that it's 4 belts in the division, man. And what it is you got the IBF, you got the WBC, and then you got the WBO, you got the WBA, but the WBA has a minor belt, what they call is a regular belt. And so that's gonna be like the likes of you got I think Lucas Browne had that belt at first, but he got stripped because of the clenbuterol he got popped with. You got a couple lighter weight fighters that actually have that. Actually, if you think about it, I think Keith Thurman had the WBA regular belt for a little while.
That's what I was thinking. And that's really when like I used to kind of pay attention to the belts. But like when they started saying you got the regular belt and then this motherfucker here got the diamond belt or some shit like that just turned me off from it. Like how many fucking champions can you have in one division, man? That just turned me off from that shit. But I feel where you coming from though.
Suleiman said Suleiman's in the chat saying Marcus Browne is a much better opponent in my opinion. And he says Suleiman also said Bivol is the super champion of the WBA after he beat Barrera.
Okay.
All right, shout out Suleiman, man, for the knowledge.
Super champion mean that you a real champion, right?
Yeah, pretty much, man. That regular shit is some bullshit, dude. That's like almost like you're the interim champion, in my opinion. Because you know what? You know what a prime example of a WBA regular champion is? The belt Manny Pacquiao is fighting for, because Lucas Matisse is the regular champ.
Okay, so it's kind of like a number one contender type belt type shit. Like you number 2 in the division.
Yeah, Jose Suleiman says the WBA promotes their champions. So I mean, yeah, they do promote their champions, Suleiman, but you gotta understand, dude, us as fans, even as diehards, and definitely as a casual dude, you don't want fucking 3 belts in the one sanctioning body saying all three of them saying they're champion. I mean, you got the interim guy saying he's champion, then you got the regular guy saying he's champion. I'm running out of hands. Who's the champion?
Give us 2. Give us 3 belts. Give us 2 belts so we can get a unified champion, and give us a lineal champion belt. That's it. We don't need 50 fucking alphabet belts.
Dude, I only got 2 hands, and I'm only trying to think about one champion. There's 3 champions in the WBA.
Yes.
Yeah,
we don't want no disputes, because when somebody else is a champion, they can dispute, right? Like
and one more note to the WBA. When there's 3 belts, you best believe they're gonna be looking for their money when you're done fighting. When your fight is over, and matter of fact, before your fight, they're gonna be looking for his sanctioning fees. So the one little piggy down here, the interim champion, he's not even the real champion. He's gonna be paying his sanctioning fees they're gonna be about $50,000. Then you got the motherfucking the fuck boy over here, the WBA regular champion. They're gonna be needing about 100,000 from him. And then you got the super champion, where they're gonna need, depending on your purse, they're gonna need at least 200,000 or more, dude. They're gonna need that. So that's about out of the 3 belts that they own, that's about you're looking close to almost 400,000, dude, in one division with one weight class, dude. That's just one weight class. That's not the other 17 or 18 other weight classes there are. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that shit confuses me, man.
I left the room. Did you guys figure out who the other champion was? I didn't catch the whole
they said that Jose Sulaiman, shout out to Jose Sulaiman. He's been doing his research on the low. He said Bivol is the super champion of the WBA after he beat Barrera. Okay. So they must have promoted him. They must have just promoted him recently.
Yeah, okay, I was just checking.
Yeah, and I mean, that's another thing, man. It's just hard to keep up with the WBA, man. I don't know what the fuck they got going on, man. It's a mess, man. And like I said, it all comes down to one thing, and that's called money. You know, and they're getting money from it, man. You know, a lot of guys might not understand who's the champion and who's not the champion. The WBA knows who the champion is. They're actually the champion at the end of the day because they're getting all the fucking money from all the sanctioning bodies. You know what I mean? And sanctioning fees. The sanctioning fees add up, man. That's another thing I wanted to talk to y'all about the welterweight, man. How do y'all feel about Sean Porter getting charged for the WBC sanctioning fees? You know what I mean? He's gotten charged over $250,000 in the WBC for paying sanctioning fees to have the #1 position. He paid sanctioning fees in the Granados fight. That was a title eliminator for the WBC. He paid money in the Andre Berto fight, which was also a mandatory, you know what I mean, for the title shot to fight Keith Thurman. And so overall, he's paid over. Kenny Porter has stated on record, on file, in an interview that they have paid over $250,000 to the WBCA. I mean, for the WBC. And you know what the WBC just did to them last week? They gave them a fat one right up their ass. They said, you know what? You're #2 now. Fuck you.
Yeah, they
How do y'all
elevated.
feel about that?
I don't understand it because
Danny
they
Garcia
elevated.
is #1 now. Go ahead.
Yeah,
That's all
no, I don't understand it. It doesn't seem right to me, but I can't speak for them why they did what they did. I know that's a short answer, Corey, but I don't understand it. I'll put it that way. Like, I don't understand how Sean Porter lost that position when nobody beat him for him to lose it. Boxing's a joke, right? When it comes to that shit.
And then, like the way I see it, man, I got involved in boxing when I was a teenager, man. I done got hit in the head so many motherfucking times. I don't have time to be trying to keep up with all of that shit, man. All that confusing ass shit. I ain't got time for all that, man. Give me one champion or something, man. Simplify that shit. Cause like even when I talk to casual fans, that's one thing that turns them off about the sport. They don't understand how the belts work. Like if you watch any other sports, you can tell who the champion is. In boxing, you might see one champion one weekend and you see a whole nother motherfucker the next weekend. And if you don't know about the sport, you're going to be confused. And then once you think you know something, they're going to say, nah, that ain't the champ. That's the regular champ. Now you even more confused. It's like, man, that's some bullshit.
And so what Jose Sulaiman is saying in the chat, and he's touching on a really good point. He said true, Corey, on the stuff that I said, but he also made valid points himself. He says sanctioning fees are very important to the WBC. I mean, the WBA. He says sanctioning fees are very important to the WBA. He said all it is about is sanctioning fees. He said Jose Sulaiman went on and he said if you don't pay, they take you out of their rankings, like what happened to Sean Porter. The IBF is the worst. If you don't pay, they take you out of the rankings. And then he also went on to say Canelo did it too. The WBC, this is the WBC now, y'all. He said did it to Canelo when he fought Miguel Cotto.
Just gonna,
Be ranked, he said, to be ranked, you have to. He said you have to pay sanctioning fees. There you go. In a nutshell. There you
no,
go.
he's absolutely 100% right. He's 100% right. That Kokoto had a problem with that too, with the belt. I'm not sure which one it was, and
Oh
that's what
yeah.
to do.
Oh yeah, because oh yeah, that's exactly what happened.
I got your back, bud. I got your back, bud.
Yeah, let me tell y'all what happened. This is what happened. I'm gonna go into detail about this. Cotto was ready to have to pay in the Canelo fight. Cotto was the champion in the Canelo fight, so he was the one that was putting his belt on the line for Canelo to win the middleweight title from him. Okay, in that fight, the WBC sanctioned Miguel Cotto to pay $300,000 out of his fight purse for the belt to be on the line. Miguel Cotto said, "Fuck you. I'm not paying it, and I don't care about the WBC." And that's when they parted ways.
Yes, sir.
How do you feel about that, Trey?
Oh shit, man, y'all got it covered, man. I can't really speak on all that shit that good. But like, let me tell the people out there that's listening. I ain't the type of person that think I know everything about boxing. I got a gaping hole in my fucking knowledge when it comes to these belts and these sanctioning bodies. So I'm just over here learning, trying to understand.
Yeah, and for me, Corey, yeah, I don't blame Miguel Cotto, and I agree with Trey. It shouldn't be the number one thing we're worried about or learn about. But the reason why I learn about it because a lot of people saying guys don't deserve fights, they're ducking, and as long as I know these things, then I know a little bit of the backstory, and then I don't have to be one of those people. But yeah, I think that was bullshit. I don't blame Miguel Cotto, in a nutshell.
So that's what I'm saying. The card that was tonight, the card that we were actually supposed to be talking about tonight, y'all, before we went off subject, is the ESPN card. So the card that was tonight was actually a rematch. They actually the guys fought early in each other's career. It was actually a draw. So they actually refought again. This was under the Miguel Cotto promotions. And I watched the fight. I tried to watch the fight, and pretty much is what I saw is that it was a back and forth battle. Actually, for the second time, it was actually declared a draw again, y'all. So this is actually going to be a draw again. So maybe they're going to have a rubber. Not even a rubber match because both was draws. Where do they go from here? And what the guy was saying was the Argentinian guy. That was matter of fact, that was the fight before that. The fight before that, it was an undefeated guy versus a highly touted underdog. And what happened was the guy that came from Argentina was having a baby on the way, and he had really needed that fight, to provide for his kid and to put him into a better position. But the other guy that he was fighting was a Golden Boy promoted fighter. And the other guy did not have a strong promoter, nor did he have a promoter backing. So he probably got paid shit to come to Puerto Rico. But guess what that guy from Argentina did? He actually knocked the dude out, man. He knocked the dude out. He's able to provide for his kid now. And kudos to the Argentinian guy, man, because there's a lot of strong champions coming out of Argentina, man. Argentina's a big, big melting pot for good boxers, man. You got Sergio Martinez was good. You know what I mean? You got
Madonna.
You got Matisse. You got Madonna. Man, you got the dude Chavez that fought Keith Thurman. He was a
that's
good
what
fighter.
we were thinking about. Diego Chavez. That's what we were thinking about. Really.
Diego Chavez. You got, you know what I mean? And the guy that's fight. Hey, look, speaking of the devil, y'all, the guy that's ready to fight Gervonta Davis. He's from Argentina. He's from there too.
Yeah.
So I mean, I've yet to see an easy ran through fighter from Argentina.
That motherfucker Holland was from Argentina. That dude that Charlo ran through.
Oh man, I think he was like a mixed breed. I don't know if he was.
No man, he's from Argentina. Stop it.
I think he was like a half breed or some type of mixed. He kind of, his family with immigrants. They came from Mexico. I don't know, man. But anyways, man, it's definitely, that's what I'm saying. But what I'm trying to explain to y'all is that, Argentina has good fighters for the majority. There's always some bullshit fighters wherever you go. But for the majority of what I've seen, Argentina has some very, very good, strong fighters. And that's a telltale sign on the guy that's fighting Gervonta Davis, man. I've seen that guy fight Abner Mares, and I actually thought he beat Abner Mares. He got the split decision loss on that. And Abner Mares is no easy out for anybody. But I thought he lost against that guy, Jesus Solar. I think he lost that fight. And a lot of guys
just murdered his name, boy.
What's his name, dude? What's his name?
Shit, I don't know. Ain't it like
you don't even know his name?
Ain't it like Jesus Cuellar though?
Oh, yeah. Jesus Cuellar. Oh, okay. Jesus Cuellar. All right, my bad. Cuellar. All right.
No, you say the two L's like a Y.
How you say it?
You say the two when you in Spanish when you see two L's next to each other, you say it like a Y.
So Solar.
Cuellar.
Okay, Cuellar. Almost like a Q. Cuellar. Okay, so like I said, Cuellar is gonna be a good fight for Gervonta Davis, man. I know both of y'all are probably picking Gervonta Davis to win that fight.
Yep.
But my personal opinion, man, is I think Cuellar is going to be a formidable opponent for him. Plus, there's a belt on the line, man. So that, when there's always a belt on the line, and from what I've seen, that same belt was on the line when he fought Abner Mares, and he got his split decision loss against Abner Mares. I honestly think, man, he's going to be fighting for a lot. He's going to be Gervonta Davis, if he's bullshitting around with Adrian Browne, this is a telltale sign, y'all. If he's bullshitting around, because I just seen on their Instagram page, they were supposed to be in camp. They went to Miami. Yeah, they're in Florida. They're in like another part of Florida. I don't know if they're in Clearwater or something like that. But they took the ride down for spring break. It was spring break in Miami, and they fucking went out and partied their ass off during training camp because Adrian Browne went and Gervonta Davis went right along with them, and they went out there partying. I'm going to tell you right now, if Gervonta Davis does not bring his A game versus the guy Cuellar, he's going to get his ass beat, man. I'm telling y'all right here, right now, man. And I don't know why you would train with Adrian Browne, dude. That's like one of the worst dudes to train with right now, man. I mean, my personal opinion, man, his outside of the ring shit has to spew into her in training camp. He's already saying, how you gonna say on Instagram? He said he put a post on Instagram a couple days ago. He said, these are the people that I have blocked. He put 3 baby mamas on there and 2 Floyd Mayweathers.
Yeah, I don't pay no mind to that shit.
But I'm just saying, dude, he's supposed to be a TMT fighter. Gervonta Davis is with a guy that hates his boss. I don't know, man. I'm
not about to wreck my brain on trying to understand Adrian Browne. I don't have time for that shit, bro.
I don't even got Instagram, bro. I ain't even got Instagram.
I don't either, man.
Oh, man, both of y'all just all right, man. But yeah, man. Wrapping up the video, man. What y'all last couple points want to be, man? Who y'all want to talk about before we get it off?
Myself.
All right, go ahead, man.
So just so people know where I'm coming from. When I make a pick, it's not based off emotion. It's based off boxing. So it's not necessarily me putting down boxers, but my picks and ranks and 99.9% of what I say is boxing. It has no emotion. Somebody wants to know my favorite fighters and who I think's better, then they can ask me, just so it's known. Because I like to give a technical breakdown of why I think what I think, and I go by facts such as rankings and positions because they can't be disputed. So just know that maybe 2% of what I say about boxing is speculation, and I'll tell you it's speculation. Just so the viewers get a little of where I'm coming from, Corey.
Oh, okay, no problem, man. Like I said, man, thanks, Ty Legacy. And that's what I'm saying. Trey X, you got anything you want to say on the closing thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, once again, I appreciate you for having me on. You know what I'm saying? My boy Ty Legacy for bringing me into all of this. But like, I don't really see myself as like some kind of A+ fucking analyst on this shit. I don't know it all. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to learn like everybody else. So I don't take myself super seriously with this shit, man. Like, it's okay when I'm wrong. I'm not tripping. If you make a good point, I'm gonna take your point into consideration. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't Mr. Know It All with this shit. So I got like a laid back approach to this, laissez-faire type shit. So don't just take every little thing that I say wrong and run with it, because I'm gonna be wrong sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But I just have fun with the sport. So just take what I say like that.
Yeah, man, and like I said, man, this is Corey Lee Boxing, man, and I love having these two brothers on here, man. They're awesome people outside of talking boxing, man, and like I said, man, we might go live tomorrow. Like I said, man, I got two brothers that I can count on. Every time I hit them up or they hit me up, I'm down to do a show. They're down to do a show with me, and for the most part, man, if you want to donate, you can donate to the channel, but most of the time we just do it for free, man. And like I said, we all got jobs outside of this. We all got a family outside of this, and we take our time to break down fights for y'all, man. So and just because we love the sport, man. You know what I mean? You have no casuals over here. I think I have two diehard boxing fans that are with me. I'm not opposed to having a casual on the fan, maybe getting his insight on boxing and what he thinks about boxing, so we'll be more knowledgeable on what casuals like and what they don't like. But with me being saying that, to say this, man, I appreciate everybody following. The channel's been growing really fast, man. And until the next time, man, this is Corey Lee Boxing. Peace.
Thank you,
Peace.
Corey. Thanks, bud.
All day, baby.